Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the pool.
Buckle up, I'ma show you where it's at. We gon' burn a couple blunts, we gon' pop a couple caps. I ain't talking about 4 5s from the strap. Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map. What you know about? Tasting color, seeing sound with a crystalline. Turning nothing into something when we alchemize. Analyze the lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots at this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep us phantom. Phantom black man, ghost writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. Just know that when we shine, it's the reflection of your soul. Supreme beings moving, watch the galaxy implode. We are not alone. If you not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the
Yeah, I gotta hold on to this feeling. I'll be seeing visions through the folds of the prism. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement that's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud, then hallelujah for Judas. Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus. They hate when we on our job, cause persecution is useless. Proof that what we doing is more than just making music. Utilizing the truth, drop it off in the hood, show 'em what's really good. The feeling is understood. We know just what it means to get it by all means. Supreme beings moving, watch reality explode. We are not alone, if you don't know, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the portal.
It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some. Let's settle in here.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
What's Hood Hoodies? Welcome to the Thursday night. It's Paranormal Hood Live. We're live and direct in the God of Knowledge studio. I'm your host, Jiggy.
I'm Smoke King.
What's up, YouTube? What's up, folks watching on Periscope? We're multitasking tonight. Trying to just reach everybody we can. I know some folks watching different platforms, so we try to stream on different platforms at the time. But our YouTube family, you know, we're always here. So you folks also on Periscope, if you want more of an interactive thing, because we can't see the chat over there, but the chat on YouTube we can see. So go over to our YouTube channel, Paranormal Hood Live Radio. We're live and direct right now. What's good, everybody? How was your week? How you doing? Everybody get ready for Christmas? Ho, 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 my folks. Everybody done shopping? Y'all out there shopping, doing your thing? Huh? Yeah? Okay, cool. Adriana Gibson, good evening. Welcome. Good to see you in the chat.
Hello, Adriana.
Always a pleasure to see you.
You can hear me. That should be better.
Yeah, make sure you swing your mic around this time. If you guys ever can't really hear us, let us know too, though. Because, you know, you guys on the other end, we kind of can hear ourselves. We can't hear ourselves. Y'all hear ourselves? So if y'all don't hear us, then let us know you can't hear us. And we'll make sure you can hear us. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Help them brothers out. Let me hit this blunt real quick. So, yes, folks, we're back. It's another Thursday night. I always tell you, every other day feels like Thursday to me. It's just like, you know, here we are again. Yes, Adriana. Yeah, so all folks who didn't, I don't know, we did broadcast a little bit on here, right, for a second? Was it YouTube we did last week? So, yeah, last weekend, Adriana, you saw we were filming another episode. Episode 2 will be coming out soon of Paranormal Hood. So, as you know, it is episode 1 is already up on VidiSpace. If you don't know, you can go subscribe to VidiSpace. Go check out episode 1. We just filmed another episode last weekend. We just did a little bit of a teaser where we're at and who was with us. So shout out to the bosses who actually with us helped us by filming and doing all the sound and everything. And it was actually a fun investigation. We can't wait for you guys to actually see it. So stay tuned to that. And thank you for the folks who've already checked out episode 1 and have given all positive feedback. We appreciate you. Nothing but peace and love with you. So yeah, last weekend was cool. We'll talk a little bit about it. We won't really tell you where we're at. You're going to have to kind of go see. But we may talk about it a little bit later. Since it's open topic night, we'll get to talk about everything paranormal. So we might throw a little bit of that in there. So, like I said, we're here. It's another Thursday night. I look forward to talking to you guys. I look forward to hanging with you guys. The back and forth, the shit talking. Just the realness of it is always, always fun. So, okay. You guys want to get into the show? Do you want to explain how the show works? I think you guys should know by now how we do, right? You see all the time we spend down here, all the stuff that we're doing, man. What goes on down here. We spend a lot of time researching. I just want to let y'all know that, too. And that's why we always encourage you folks to research. Because the shit we talk about, we don't just like fucking come down here and be like, yo, you know what? Let's just talk about this and make up some shit. No, a lot of research goes into it. You know? So that's why we always encourage you guys to do research. So make sure you're doing your research, folks. Use those smart devices, those smartphones, those smart whatever to do some smart shit. Don't let people tell you. Find out for yourself. All right, you ready, Smoke King? All right. So, folks, before we take a break, play music, and then get into the whole show, what we like to do is we spend our time down here in the Garden of Knowledge Studios doing research. And what are we doing research on? We're looking for that weird, that strange, that odd, that different, that paranormal, not necessarily mainstream news. Now that news could be here on Earth. Yeah, I said Earth. I like to say Earth. It's fun, okay? Maybe it's Middle Earth. Does it exist? Or maybe it's up to the moon. Well, I say Michael Jackson's alive and reside and he about to perform a little while. He about to jump on. Y'all get it? He's about to jump on. Or maybe it's up to Mars, the supposed red planet. Or maybe it's somewhere beyond. Some place we haven't seen yet. But if it's out there and it's making news, and we can find it, we like to bring it to you every Thursday night on this segment of the show we simply call Smoke King's Paranormal News. So Smoke King, what goes on in our universe, the omniverse, the multiverse, Verse Simmons, Batman versus Superman, whatever verse. What goes on out there, man? Talk to us, brother.
Alright, let's see. What's good, everybody? Multiple luminous UFOs appear live on air on Fox News Milwaukee.
They're here.
A bizarre UFO sighting showing dozens of moving lights emerged live on air on Fox News and immediately inspired a controversial discussion in the online society. It quickly went viral on social media where people had no other thing but to wonder whether the mysterious objects came from another planet. Only by watching the video of the light object in the Milwaukee sky, many people concluded it must have been UFOs. What did Fox News cameras actually caught over the city of Milwaukee? Fox came forward with their possible explanations of this case. They said the objects caught on camera might have actually been seagulls. Loading, but really, Fox, bright seagulls were flying over the sky of Milwaukee at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Those were giant seagulls.
But reporter Amy Dupont posted a Twitter post explaining her point of view. She said there was a delay in the recording from the cameras, which made it seem as if the seagulls were leaving a luminous trace behind them. Right.
They went out partying the night before and got a lot of glitter on them.
Of course, this story was more than enough to provoke many theorists to purport this rationalization as ridiculous. This is just another case of government attempting to hide another UFO encounter by putting out some ridiculous explanation for it, some Facebook users said. If those are seagulls, they have been swimming in some nuclear waste, said another. Seagulls don't poop light-emitting glitter.
If they went out partying the night before, they do.
Yeah, Mick West of Metabunk proposed that the seagull story to be the only reasonable explanation. Yeah, okay. What's up, Wiz? Welcome to the show. What up, Wiz?
What's up, everybody?
Flock of seagulls look like UFOs with vapor trails in traffic camera videos, but it's just the camera overexposing the persistence of the image, and the persistence of the image makes the trail. I simulated the trails in the video of seagulls with the echo effect in Adobe After Effects. Westro, yeah, that's if you add in the effects. You can make it look like that, but how come it didn't look like that when you recorded it there, Bill? Anyway, but the enigma didn't end up here. It proceeded on Wednesday when the camera once again spotted a similar luminous UFO sighting. The UFO sighting was quite weird, and that's a fact, but we can't judge. So here's a video of Fox News for you to decide for yourself, and then it goes to the video.
There's always video. Niet with video. No one wants video.
Yeah, well. Right.
Is that the end of that story?
That's the end of that story.
That's the way the ball bounces. Gee. I'm going to jump in here real quick if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Mystery stone thrower menaces Brazilian community.
You're an idiot.
Residents of a community in Brazil are on edge following a series of strange incidents in which their homes were pelted with stones by an unseen force that some suspect could be a poltergeist.
Silence, Earthling!
The weirdness reportedly first began late last month in a neighborhood in the Brazilian city of Jocaba, when a number of people reported that someone or something had thrown rocks at their houses. Frighteningly, there were not mere pebbles that were plinking upon their roof, but rather sizable stones which were big enough to create holes atop the homes. Following the first evening in which the stoning occurred, police officers were stationed on the scene to see if they could get to the bottom of who or what was throwing the rocks. However, this only compounded the mystery as officers witnessed the event taking place but could find no culprit.
Epic fail.
When the policemen got out of the car, stones came in. They came to the houses, and every time they got closer, more stones came in, said one bewildered resident. The policemen even threw it in the dark, but the stones did not stop. Sorry, this is how this is written. I don't know what the hell that even means. What has baffled both residents and authorities is that the rocks are of such size that in order for them to hit the homes, they'd have to have been thrown from a location where the perpetrator, would be clearly seen. Additionally, the stones did not seem to be coming from one specific spot and instead appeared to be flung from a number of different directions, as if the houses were surrounded. As one might suspect, these eerie elements to the case have conjured concerns among people living in the area that there may be a supernatural source for the commotion. Although not everyone is ready to get on board with the possibility that the stones are coming from a poltergeist, despite the sinister spirit often being associated with just such a phenomenon, a general feeling of fear is widespread throughout the community. I cannot go outside to work. Before, the children played in the street. Now they cannot do it anymore, lamented one resident who also conceded, I'm not going to lie, I'm scared.
You are one pathetic loser.
Poltergeist thrower. Okay, hold on. So the poltergeist says throwing rocks.
Hey, anything's possible.
Why are you tormenting people?
I think there's only one answer to that.
Suck, you jackass.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch, maybe.
Maybe. Wants them to leave?
A bunch of Sasquatches though was coming in different directions. Unless it's like a super flash Sasquatch.
Nah, Sasquatch family. The father's probably teaching his son how to fuck with the humans.
Where is this? Is this house like up in the woods away from other things or the show?
It doesn't say, but it's saying that apparently when the police arrived that there's multiple houses, not just one house. So yeah, it hit homes. Like there's multiple homes that have been hit. So there must be a bunch of Sasquatches. Then the big feetses is here. Told y'all to stop fucking with the big feetses. That they was gonna come down the Millennium Falcons and shit. And then they was gonna come down here and start a war and shit with us because we keep fucking with them. Now y'all done started. The big feetses is here. Deal with it. What up, littles? All right. Jiggy rant over about the big feetses.
All right, let's see. Up next, we got extraterrestrial life in San Diego. Aliens in the city.
Aliens
it's more
in the
likely
city?
than you think. The existence of extraterrestrial life is something everyone has their own theories and speculations about. However, Southern California in particular seems to be a hotspot for UFO sightings and even alien cults. Gregory Ellery Hale, born in 1868, an eccentric solar astronomer, was mentioned in the popular cult TV show The X-Files in regards to the Palomar Mountain Observatory in Temecula, California. From 1948 until recently, it was the largest telescope in the world, Fox Mulder, a character in the show, said. This idea was presented while Hale was playing billiards, and an elf climbed in his window and told him to get money from the Rockefeller Foundation for a telescope. Later, Mulder implied that Hale was searching for something much more than just solar flares. Seeing is not enough. I should have something to hold on to, some solid evidence. Hale's little elf was later written off as nothing more than a euphemism for his excessive labor. Yeah, a little elf, I don't know, maybe he's on some mushrooms, DMT or something.
The machinos.
Perhaps that little elf that Hale saw was nothing more than his subconscious gnawing at him to work harder and faster, although that shouldn't discount the fact that the strange and numerous UFO sightings have been reported in the mountain area where the observatory is located and in the cities surrounding it. George Adamansky, a famous self-proclaimed ufologist professor, took several iconic UFO photos in the mountain's shadow during the early 1950s that are recognizable even today. At the base of the mountain, Adamansky held his own lectures about aliens and personal encounters and otherworldly space beings and space brothers. It is merely coincidence that both Hale and Adamansky were space enthusiasts visited by strange beings and whose lives were directed towards the mountain. Could there be something of significance to our quiet corner of San Diego County? Marshall Applewhite, founder of San Diego's own UFO cult, Heaven's Gate, apparently thought so. Just 17 miles south of Palomar College, the infamous cult mass suicide happened in 1997. The suicide by asphyxiation of 39 members was in response to the comet Hale-Bopp passing over Earth, and the cult's belief that the comet was actually an alien shuttle meant to take their souls to a higher plane of existence.
Well, they
remember
that? Was it like Nikes or something?
I forget.
They all had a certain kind of sneaker on.
They all had like Nikes on, or some sneaker, or like PF Flyers. I think. Remember PF?
It was something where they all, like every member of the cult, when they all committed suicide, they all had the same shit on.
They're all killing themselves.
Yeah, it was like some Jim Jones shit. They wanted they literally said that the tail of the comet was going to receive their souls and take them on to whatever heaven.
So they all drank the stuff. So they
drank
like
the Kool-Aid.
and they went over the fucking the comet over.
David, no,
this guy right here, fucking Marshall Applewhite.
Yeah. I'm thinking David Koresh. That's the other one. That was Waco.
Too,
yep.
He just make all his
nope.
people kill
no,
they all did. They all did. Yeah.
Huh.
All right. So, described as the next level, cult members believe their bodies were only shells meant to be shed after their deaths to reach the higher plane. Many might call heaven, hence the name of the cult. Southern California seems to be a hotspot for exceptionally historical extra. It says Cantor, but it should say center. Seeing as California has the most UFO sightings in the nation, we should ignore the claims by our friends and neighbors, or is there some validity to the allegations? Look to the sky.
Billion kilometers away from Earth. In 1977, the probe voyaged to left Earth, and now 41 years later. Also, the direct influence of our sun. I don't know how that jumped in like that. Okay. Who writes some of this shit, man? NASA has just reported this. It was said to be the second man-made object that has ever ventured into this area. The first was the Voyager 1 probe. It was the first man-made object to reach the region in 2012. NASA is still able to communicate with the probe. However, it takes more than 16 hours at the speed of light for the message to arrive on Earth. For comparison, this distance from the sun to the Earth can be covered in about 8 minutes at the speed of light. Congratulations, NASA. I hope countries spend less on military and more on space missions. Yeah, I'm with that too. Like, what the fuck? I want to know what's out there. You know what's funny though? Like these probes and shit, like they can completely manipulate. What if they just get out there and they just immediately just see like ships? or just some insane shit like we would just never would ever think of. And they're like,
who knows if they haven't already seen that they haven't said to told us.
The moon landing happened.
The moon landing?
Yes.
That's why we said I think we went to the moon. Right.
What
the fuck?
Yo,
yep.
cut the camera.
That's why they rolled the other stuff.
They were like, all right, Roman what's his name? Is it Roman Polanski? Right, float, play his shit. Here we go.
Cool.
Or whatever the fuck.
They reenacted that shit and said, "This is what we saw."
Yeah, basically.
Yep, that's it.
Not Roman Polanski. Whatever the fuck. Yeah, that's. They're probably out there like shit.
All right.
But Earth 2's out there or something. Looks just like Earth 1 here. Just a different version of me.
Reality TV show.
I told you, yeah. This big ass reality TV show for the rest of the galaxy. Tune into Earth and watch them fuck up their planet, kill each other, and act like complete idiots 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 of now. The #1 show on the. You know how many fucking awards we probably won like throughout every other fucking galaxy and Interstellar and shit. Seriously, we're kicking ass, man. We're doing so wrong, but well in the ratings. All right.
That's why Trump called it the Miss Universe. That's why they had Miss Universe.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's see here. UFO hunter shares pictures of real-life alien skull with 2 separate layers. A science fiction author and amateur UFO hunter claims he has got hold of an alien skull. Lee Jiamin, probably butchering your name, sorry dude. 55 made an astonishing revelation at a seminar in the Chinese capital of Beijing. He said the skull was brown in color and about 16 centimeters in diameter according to local media. Unlike human skulls, the supposed extraterrestrial one had 2 different layers, he added. The otherworldly artifact originally came from a street seller in the Inner Mongolia region. It was bought by a private collector. The buyer was then reading one of Lee's sci-fi novels when he came across an illustration of an alien skull which looked remarkably like the one he had just bought. It's a weird looking fucking skull.
I order you to kill her.
I don't know how that's a skull.
It's like an ancient snake skull.
I don't know what the skull looks like.
I don't know what the fuck it is. But anyway, mutant starfish discovered on the ocean floor leaves scientists dumbstruck. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Why? How is that? That's just thrown in the middle. I'm like, wait. I don't think that's part of the thing yet.
They don't fact check shit. They just like run articles all over the place.
After the collector got in touch with me, the UFO enthusiast spent 4 months examining the find. He has now produced a 130-page study in a bid to provide evidence that the skull is in fact from outer space. Lee said he had used high-tech scientific methods to test the skull. He carried out Raman spectroscopy, which creates a fingerprint to identify which exact molecules are present in the sample. An atomic force microscopy, a technique which can see things 1,000 times smaller than ordinary microscopes. He then compared his findings with other supposed alien skulls discovered elsewhere in the world. But when asked by reporters, Lee admitted he had not yet done DNA tests, which could prove if the cranium is actually from a creature on Earth or from outer space. Paying for DNA analysis is around 100,000 yuan, he said, which is about 11,000 pounds. And that's that. Here's the other. I don't know. I don't see how that's a skull still. I don't know.
See.
If anything, it's like a
part of it. It's part of a skull or something. Maybe what's left. I don't know. Cause you could kind of. It looks like it could be a brain cavity. I don't know.
Maybe something
weird ass
down or something too. Oh, yeah, that's so weird looking.
Google that shit. Real life alien skull. You'll see it on Google.
Google it.
All right. Let's see. These stories will pop up. Nope. Some other shit here. Sorry, people. What the fuck?
I can jump in real quick here. Triangular-shaped object spotted on night vision over Melbourne. Melbourne, what's that place that's supposed to doesn't exist? The flat Earth is Australia. On December 8th, YouTuber UFO Lou caught a triangular-shaped object moving quickly with his P8079HP night vision device. Kinda makes me want to build a night scope to mount somehow on my... Okay, why would you... I hate the way people write articles. Then it goes into a video anyways. Never mind. Fuck him. Go look at a video. You can find out UFO Lou. Just look him up. You can see his shit.
You say the flat earthers don't believe Australia exists?
Yeah, there's some shit about they don't believe Australia exists.
Yo. Where are we going? I want to see that shit.
I actually met some Australians myself personally. Never been there, but
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Like, how does yeah, that's just a whole nother.
All right, it's a good one for everybody. A little sad too, though. A little sad, you know. Irish woman who married the ghost of a pirate said she's divorcing the 300-year-old husband. The Irish paper reported earlier this year that a 46-year-old married the spirit of an 18th century Haitian pirate who was executed for piracy. A 46-year-old woman in Ireland said she is splitting from her husband, who is about 300 years old and was executed for piracy in the 1700s. They report that Amanda Sparrow, large Teague...
Wait. Sparrow?
Yep.
Jack Sparrow?
You're an idiot.
Excuse me, sorry.
Who made global headlines last year for marrying the spirit of a 300-year-old Haitian pirate, is divorcing the pirate after less than a year. She posted on social media, "I will explain all in due course, but for now, all I want to say is be very careful when dabbling in spirituality. It is not something to mess with." In January, after she married the ghost of Jack T, who she said was a Haitian pirate who was executed for piracy hundreds of years ago, Newsweek said their spiritual relationship developed 3 years ago when she sensed his presence while lying in bed in Drogheda, Ireland. Teague told Newsweek that she sailed into international waters to legally marry and that she was the first person in UK and Ireland to marry a ghost. The legal part is questionable at best.
Is that the end of that story? Huh?
You suck.
Is that the end of that story? Is there more?
No, there's more.
Oh, but wait,
There's
more.
more. The dead pirate wasn't Teague's first pirate love. She said around the time the two met in 2015, Teague was working as a female Jack Sparrow impersonator after becoming infatuated with Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Earlier this year, Snoops dug into the legality of Teague's marriage and reported that her marriage to the 300-year-old dead pirate doesn't have any legal status where she lives. Snoops also said Teague is fully entitled to consider herself to be married, but claim that she is legally married is false. Newsweek said it could not verify Jack Teague's existence, but according to Teague, he was hanged in 1753 after being caught helping slaves escape from being traded. On Twitter, Teague calls herself a white witch, spirit worker, author, and known for marrying the spirit of a 300-year-old ghost. She also authored a book, A Life You Will Remember, which details her fascination with Pirates of the Caribbean and the real Jack Sparrow.
Shut up.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I guess at least she's not lonely, right? She doesn't have to really ever worry about being lonely because she can marry ghosts and spirits and stuff. I mean, I guess she may have an active sex life and everything. I mean, who can really hate? I mean, she's happy in her space, right?
Yeah,
I guess
she's
that's
happy. So she's not happy now. They got a divorce.
We should start a dating app. Like, get the psychics and
doing
mediums
that
to find all like the ghosts and stuff, and we can get people to have relationships with ghosts. You want to help us work on that app, Wiz?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we'll just hook people up with ghosts. That'd be cool as shit. Would anybody get on that app? Anybody want to meet a ghost? Does anybody want to date a ghost? Let me know. I'm gonna give her a double of water. She just went too deep into cosplay and just got lost, and she's never coming home. So, but good luck to her. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. We got one more. Let's see if we can top that last one. Russia's high-tech AI robot turns out to be a human in a robot costume.
Let me find out R2D2's not real.
Russia State Television covered a robotics forum this week. Whilst the whole forum aimed at young people getting into robotics looks pretty cool, the part that caught the eye of Russia 24 was freakishly human-like robot called Boris. Boris was shown on stage with co-hosts using dance moves so realistic that your dad would probably use them at a wedding. Russia 24 told its viewers that the robot has already learned to dance and he's not that bad. Boris, called the country's most modern robot by the channel, also held a conversation with conference hosts, telling the audience, "I know mathematics well, but I also want to learn to draw." Later on, the robot is shown being interviewed in the studio by a host of the show, again using astonishingly realistic moves. The video drew suspicion from people who saw the segment as though robots are becoming much more agile. They tend to move like this, which is incredibly cool, but not remotely like a person. If this robot is what Russia 24 reported, it would be an astonishing advance in robotics and a huge leap into the uncanny valley. It even looks pretty much the exact same shape as a human. Before you buy yourself a bunker and join the robot fighting resistance, here's where it turns out that Boris isn't a robot at all. It's essentially the plot of a Simpsons episode. A Russian website, T-Journal, investigated after becoming suspicious of the video. How did Russian scientists get the finished robot so quickly without publishing any intermediate results, they asked. And why is it shaped like it is a robot suit with a man inside rather than a hinged machine?
A picture of it?
Yeah.
I need to see this.
Hold on. In what can only be a direct homage to the episode where Homer dresses up as a robot to impress Bart by fighting robots on Robot Wars, it turns out the reason Boris looks like a human in a robot suit is because he is a human in a robot suit. Photos tweeted from the conference showed very clearly that the robot had a human neck, which isn't anything like the classic bit of wire and metal that you'd usually find inside a robot, even the really advanced ones. T-Journal discovered the man is wearing an Alucia, the robot suit, made by a company called Show Robotics. Realistic though they become less so when you move the robot head.
Is that it?
The forum says that they hadn't claimed that Boris was anything other than a man in a very expensive costume. The BBC reports. Quite why Russia 24 portrayed the robot as real is quite why Russia 20 the robot is unclear as they haven't yet to release a statement.
That's hilarious.
You suck, you jackass.
They didn't fool nobody. Wait a minute, something ain't right with this shit. Yo, you know what? To the motherfucker.
Scroll down, there's more.
Fake robots now. Damo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Wow. Okay. I don't know what else to say. That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
You can see his neck.
Yes, you can see his neck. You can see the gristle. You see the fat of his neck. All right. We're going to take a break, folks. We're going to play a little music. Don't go too far. Enjoy the music. This gives you a chance to go roll something, smoke something, do whatever you got to do. And then you come back and ride out with us. When we come back, it's open topic night. We're going to cover some cool stuff in the news that I'd like to talk about. And it always relates to some paranormal stuff. So don't go too far, folks. Enjoy the music. All right? We'll be back. It's Paranormal Hood. Hi, Periscope.
Hey, can you grab those?
Hi, this is Jace, and you're listening to my favorite radio show, Paranormal Hood Live.
Yeah. I am fucking supreme. Yeah. Yo, I am fucking supreme. I put wings on that serpent. I am so fucking firefly. Yeah, my mind is like fireside. I am at you like pie. I put that on my third eye. I am off inside dimensions, only seen with one eye. Dimensional tryptamine, God. I am seeing the unseen, God. Pop a diamond, that psilocybin got me talking through them trees. God, I'm all inside of the Akashic. That silicone on my conscience. Now every time I trip the veil, my whole world go like timeless. I might fly by with no ride. That mind of mine get time bent. I'm from the land of them giants. This black ring on my iris. I told motherfuckers we never gonna die. I'm over God on these tyrants. Over these gods with synagogues. I just turned my serpent on. That liquid flame get to your brain. Some get lit, some go insane. I've been lifted. Mushrooms in my third eye, not blind. Trip to another high. Slip through another timeline. Flip another 1-6. I am God through 5. Root to the crown. In and out when I want to. I will never die. I am fucking supreme. This the return of that sovereign. Now watch me take off my skin. So I can lift up the consciousness.
Yeah, they cut down our trees, so we passed through that portal. Yeah, they thought we were slaves, but we came back as immortal. Cause I am
fucking supreme. This the return of that sovereign. Now watch me take off my skin. So I can lift up the consciousness.
Yeah, they cut down our trees, so we passed through that portal. Yeah, they thought we were slaves, but we came back as immortals.
Cause I am fucking supreme. Extreme dreaming, I'm scheming, hunting that ultimate meaning, bleeding that truth out my stomach. They tried to put up these walls. We're here to break that shit down. We're here to burn all this money. We're here to bring down that crown. Cause we are fucking supreme. We'll be that voice of the voiceless, expressing visions of peace. But first some things are in order. Stack up elites by the corpses. Of course I'm feeling remorse, but if that's what we gotta do to keep on moving this forward, for my soul's forever immortal, interdimensional portals. They tried to keep us entangled with paper gods that control us, then tie that paper to God, full of eternal blessings and morals. And stay in class, work off your ass and keep on running in circles. Now say I'm free to be the face of the faces. Remove dead faces to which we are loyal. Scatter the jewels of the royals. Ain't no wishing, just revealing this vision of united fists in the sky from all of our children, knowing they're free. Fucking supreme. This the return of that sovereign. Now watch me take off my skin so I can lift up the consciousness.
Yeah, they cut down our trees, so we passed through that portal. Yeah, they thought we were slaves, but we came back as immortal. Cause I am
fucking supreme. This the return of that sovereign. Now watch me take off my skin so I can lift up the consciousness.
Yeah, they cut down our trees, so we passed through that portal. Yeah, they thought we were slaves, but we came back as immortals.
Cause I am fucking supreme. I create what I dream. Quantum induce all the photons, so my light code is seen. Yeah, that's manifestation. Yeah, that's induced coherence. Plus the light interference produces life when you hear it. Yeah, that's word the result. I'm seeing dimensions and circles, moving the light through the portal. Who knew this life was immortal? Don't let them slave you with time. DNA full of divine. There's so much weight on your spine, cause of all those crowns on your mind. Why you wanna be a king when you incarnated God? Heavy is the head that wears that crown, cause I stand on top. Yeah, this freedom don't cost, just pay attention to thought. That's 21 grams of this love. I'ma whip it all in this sauce. Yeah, no death, no birth, so I guess I'm just a walking truth. A fucking star inside a jar, a god inside a boot. Got me breaking all these spells just to get us through, but I promise it's all worth it. We empower you. I am fucking supreme. This the return of that sovereign. Now watch me take off my skin so I can lift up the consciousness.
Yeah, they cut down our trees, so we passed through that portal. Yeah, they thought we were slaves, but we came back as immortal. Cause I am
fucking supreme. This the return of that sovereign. Now watch me take off my skin so I can lift up the consciousness.
Yeah, they cut down our trees, so we passed through that portal. Yeah, they thought we were slaves, but we came back as immortals. Cause I am fucking supreme.
False education by manipulation. Vividly from my perspective, I see time is vacant. Or is it from your perspective? I am out in space discussing possibilities with entities in a higher race. I tried dying, I was brought back through time and space. I tried flying, I was brought back to that human race. Brought back to that night and day worst time zones. Mind's blown, you ain't sitting in my zone, cause we stay tripping off them trichomes. If I pull up, they know I'm on, I'm in my triple threat. My soul is like a window tinted, they can't see me yet. I am on my 3013 trying to spread that love, trying to unify that consciousness. But they say it's from the rock.
Said it was the rock. You know it was the rock. They'll blame it on the rock. They'll say it was the rock. You know it was the rock. They'll blame it on the rock. This is reefer madness, we broke through that gateway. This shit feel like purgatory, we somewhere in deep space. Pill popping animal, Ciroc sipping nigga, fucking zombie in the mirror, snapping Instagram pictures. Where's Molly? Never met her, but I'm trying to get familiar. All I heard was good things, all my niggas hit her. I ain't trying to fall in love. Me and Mary Jane been kicking this since pimpin' been pimpin'. She still pushes my limits, I'm feeling as if I'm different. We all know I'm that same nigga, fighting the addiction, biting into your prescriptions. Fight getting for dinner and it's doing what it does. The same people that think I'm crazy will praise me when I tell them it was the rock. Said it was the rock. You know it was the rock. They'll blame it on the rock. They'll say it was the rock. You know it was the rock. They'll blame it on the rock. No yellow, I will never die. Life is immortal, is a different high. The view from where I'm sitting got them pissed off, wishing to envision my simplest comprehension. See, this love is all I know, got me shifting through dimensions. Tell me you don't get high, I say the drugs have been a chicken. Poison in your prescriptions, venomous politicians, numerous contradictions. Am I pimping or am I living? Damn, I'm tripping. Man, I gotta be insane. If sanity was an option, then I wouldn't have a brain. Destruction is why I came, delivered through this cocaine. So when the shit goes up in flames, they'll have something they can blame. It was the rock. Said it was the rock. You know it was the rock. They'll blame it on the rock. They'll say it was the rock. You know it was the rock. They'll blame it on the rock.
Their God died. You see, and this is also a plot on them. These are our humans. And I say we all belong to each other. But our smartest people watch their greatest dream of finding an external God die. They've become death, destroyer of worlds.
Yo, most these guys want Hollywood, all I want is that real shit. I put the game on silent mode, so all I see is that real shit. I'm full circle, all degrees, full spectrum. All I need is a womb and a full moon, full bloom. I run right through that sunlight to the realm of the unbegotten. No light, like everything came from black. This is the alchemy, now you can see it. I brought it up out of me, now you can feel it. My vibrationality Taurus and Scorpio, Venus and Mars. I am the voice of the galaxy. I speak and create my reality. I am on fire, that water is burning inside of my eye. Everything audibly turning inside of my mind, converted to time. Now you can see how I see it. I know that seeing is believing. Soon as I made the incision inside of myself, made a decision to fly. Open your mind. All they gon' say is I'm tripping by how I deliver vibrational light. All they gon' say is I'm missing by how I position these thoughts in my mind. All they gon' say is I'm missing by how I be saying I never could die. All they gon' say is I'm tripping, now watch how I light up the earth with my eye.
Because they are in the box. See, this is what happens with religion, and when you take on religious structures. Religion is designed to make the person predictable. To make the person so that when something occurs, they already know what 80% of the people are going to do. They're not going to do nothing. They're not going to kill nothing and let nothing die. They're not going to even protect their own. They're going to stick their heads into the sand. That's what it teaches them to do in the book. They're just going to turn the other cheek. So we got that. See, that's how they think.
I feel them in the zone, can you roll back? Time zones can't unfold that. Feeling my spine right tied to my mind. The light laid lines along a towpath. Now I'm feeling so good that it's so bad. I tried dying once, but I came back. These infinite minds creating infinite times. I start trekking like a nomad. Now it's looking like glyphs on my notepad. Feelings that I never knew I had. Coming from this vision, the alternated dimension steady stacking up this wisdom for this long path. Now I'm feeling alright when I'm up all night trying to work out this lost math. Reroute my star map. Elevated thoughts, but I'm feeling like a psychopath. Now tell me where all my psychos at. The ones that are ready to fight them back. Take back the lies, break the trance, reveal the truth to the youth so they stand a chance. Now I know there's a lot that I don't understand, but the least they can say is that I gave a damn. And I made a plan. Uplift every single woman and man to where they understand. There's a God inside waiting to take command. Breaking down this goddamn. I said breaking down that goddamn. I know that you can feel it, I can feel it in me. It's that burning feeling of wanting to be free. Wanting to be supreme. SOTOV, I am. Truth to the youth so they stand a chance and I'm gone.
This is just not the time for you to listen to some deep information, maybe smoke a spliff or something, and then chill out on it before you go to work on Monday. This is about getting you out of the matrix. This is about taking you to an entirely different scope of your existence so you can really assist those that are around you. This is about clearing up your biorhythm, your lineage, because of the situation that I'm about to explain. You'll see that everyone is lost.
Yeah, Draconian's right in the 6. I'm the dog who's holding the 9. Surprised to see the Supremes. We dissolving the fabric of time. 241. Evolution has started, creation is done. All that is left is to waken the mass. Your world is on fire, minds will rise from the ash. When a million wake up, when a milli wake up, the American dream will no longer be for the travels ahead. Need no man to sleep. The story before was shackles and sheep, revealing thyself through the shallow and deep. Reaching for heaven, I'm too dumb to see. I was reaching for something that lies within me. To say that I'm great is something these niggas hate. I say I'm God and they can never relate. I mean, it's not that I'm better, I just know what I ain't. And the perception of yourself, my nigga, never equates. That's cause perception itself has been altered and changed. Just for example, you don't see that you're slaves. You believe you are free cause you don't see any change. But ever since birth they've been caging our brains. But I got them keys, no more bars for the game.
They don't wanna give me shows, they don't wanna see me. That's alright. I'm working on this magic, I'm a motherfucking genie. Floating on this rug, roasting this bud, everything kung fu, I'm a magi. Come through when I'm that high. Always got a couple fungi, what I'm talking about. I got a whole tub full of mushrooms, I think I'm a shaman. You ain't 18 grams, yeah, why you scared what you doing? Why you playing with yourself, stop playing with yourself. Dive in, go hard, what your heart beating for? Think you gon' drift too far? Need to surrender, bye. I'm a high as shit, fly under clouds. Mind equip, I go round for round. Ball for ball, need all them. Ball on y'all like Spartan. Like who the hell to let the God in? I got cappy vines in my garden. Gold all on my pathway. Spit it like it's venom, let the mind spray. Libations, I'ma pour 'em out. For my goon goon one time. Libations, I'ma pour 'em out. For my goon goon 2 times. Libations, I'ma pour 'em out. For my goon goon 3 times. Don't trip, the ancestors got you. Don't trip, stay true, they gon' follow through. Don't trip, I met them in the dark room. Don't trip, they taught me in the mushroom. Don't trip, the ancestors got you. Don't trip, stay true, they gon' follow through. Don't trip. I met him in the dark room. Don't trip. They taught me in the restroom. I'm a motherfucking guru. Cook it top shaman noodle. Put a curse on you, I do voodoo. Naga don't come from my family. Rip out my whole truck gon' ride. Portal open, I'm gon' slide. BMT, I'm gon' ride. Probably think I'm out my mind. Really, I don't give a fuck. If you want what I'm on, you should levitate. You be lying, man, you hella fake. I ain't judging, but you lying, need to meditate. Really, I don't give a fuck. If you want what I'm on, you should levitate. You be lying, man, you hella fake. I ain't judging, but you lying, need to meditate. People think cause I'm conscious, I ain't got no fucking problems. Naga ain't nothing changed. Blame it all on retrograde. Psychedelic hip hop. Really I make that. Try not to speak from my ego, but I'm flyer than the eagle. High as hell like seagull shit. Try not to cuss, but I'm the shit. Hell yeah, I love myself. Big homie told me he love myself. I got a rose quartz, I got some citrine. I think I need a grounding star. Don't trip. The ancestors got you. Don't trip. Stay true, they gon' follow through. Don't trip. I met them in the dark room. Don't trip. They taught me in the mushroom. Don't trip. The ancestors got you. Don't trip. Stay true, they gon' follow through. Don't trip. I met them in the dark room. Don't trip. They taught me in the mushroom.
Welcome to my hood, where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood, where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the buckle up. I'ma show you where it's at. We gon' burn a couple blunts, we gon' pop a couple caps. I ain't talking about 4 5s from the strap. Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map. What you know about? Tasting color, seeing sound with a crystal eye. Turning nothing into something when we alchemize. Vandalize the lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots of this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep us phantom. Phantom black man, ghost writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. Just know that when we shine, it's the reflection of your soul. Supreme beings moving, watch the galaxy implode. We are not alone. If you not normal, welcome home. Yeah. Welcome to my hood, where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood, where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the I gotta hold on to this feeling. I'll be seeing visions through the folds of the prism. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement that's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud, then hallelujah for Judas. Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus. They hate when we on our job, cause persecution is useless. Proof that what we doing is more than just making music. Utilizing the truth, drop it off in the hood. Show 'em what's really good, the feeling is understood. We don't just what it means to get it, but all
You play fucking your trap, mate. Go now, chop chop.
We are not alone if you not know.
Hey yo.
Yeah.
Fuck you, motherfucker. Ain't nothing normal.
You can take a walk in
my hood. Everything's paranormal.
Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the portal.
Step into the portal. Step into the portal.
Next break or something.
The next break. All right, we can do that. Give me a second. A bunch of things going on here.
This is Billy Carson, aka Forbidden Knowledge.
and you're listening to Paranormal Hood Live Radio. They are the paranormal voice of the hood.
Are you guys ready? Are you scared? Are you sitting on the edge of your seats wondering, what will they talk about tonight? What hard-hitting evidence have they found of the paranormal? Are you ready for Paranormal Hood? Are you freaked out yet? Is my voice making the hairs on the back of your neck stand up? Are you wondering what dimension you are in? What is that sound?
I've been wondering why you live.
Why not? Have a little fun. Fuck it. Alright, what's Hood Hoodies? Welcome back. It's Paranormal Hood Live. We're live and direct in the Garden of Knowledge Studios. I'm your host, Jiggy.
I'm Smoke King.
It's Wiz.
And Smoke Queen's over there, you can hear in the background, because she just thinks I do some crazy shit. Wasn't that fun, though? Did that opening, did it freak you out a little bit? When you were wondering, like, whoa, shit, wait, what happened? Did you get scared a little bit? You thought some crazy shit was going to happen? Something paranormal? Probably not, but okay. We're back. Welcome back. What is it? Hold on. Do you think an alien approach to inform and reform a generation is better than recalling historical adjustments as alien agenda as the ET? I think once they get to Mars and shit, that's when everything's going to change. Anyways. Once they get to Mars, shit is going to be completely different on how they perceive everything. They're not going to be talking about, they're going to be talking about, remember Earth? Remember how Earth used to be? Granddaddy or great-grandfather, could you please tell us stories of old Earth? And it'd be some old motherfucker sitting around a big-ass bed. I was a kid on Earth. Before we came to Mars, we used to have gasoline cars and motorcycles, and we had aeroplanes and shit. They're going to be telling the old stories of how things used to be. Watch. You don't think so? Earth's going to be like what everybody's going to be left over. Like, you ever see Elysium? Remember how that shit was? They moved to the space station. They said, fuck a space station. We're going to bypass some shit around Earth. We're just going to leave Earth. And they're going to leave everybody else here like some Elysium shit just to fucking fight it out and figure it out. There's going to be like war parties and shit. People trying to figure out who's going to take over and everything. And who's going to be running governments and tribes and crazy shit. Oh, probably not. They'll probably just have us keep sending shit over to Mars. But I think they're going to... Aliens, agenda, who knows? Uh-oh.
This fucking thing.
It's the ghost alarm. I'm telling you. I could do a guided meditation with that voice. I never thought about that. I've tried to meditate. I haven't got to my... I can meditate when I'm on psychedelics. That may sound weird. I don't know if that makes sense, but I definitely meditate when I'm on psychedelics because I'm in such a calm and cool place. Like... it's a ghost. It's a ghost smoke detector. It's probably EVP. Maybe we need to check the pattern. We need to record it to see if something comes through. We're not being proper investigators. This alarm goes off for no reason. Does it do it throughout the day or only when you're down here?
It's only when I'm down here.
See? Ghost detector.
Only when we're down here smoking, and it's only been like the last 2 or 3 days.
We need to convert that.
We've been smoking down here with that same smoke alarm up there for years, and it's never gone off. I think it's just a bad battery or something.
We should turn it into a paranormal investigative tool. Like
they get dusty and dirty and stuff, and they'll just randomly start getting too sensitive.
Oh, who knows?
That's why you're supposed to replace them and stuff, because you can't clean inside of them.
She said, like, I should do guided meditation with my voice. With that, but that voice is kind of creepy. That sounds. I don't know if I'd want to. I wouldn't want to listen to someone. Well, you want to sit there and just get comfortable and be cool.
Nah, yeah, I'm good with that one.
I want you to relax. Take your mind to a quiet place. Focus on that place. Now remove yourself from the place that you're currently in to go to that other place that you want to be. And once you are there, you're in that place that you want to be. Sorry. Alright. We're going to rip some stuff from the headlines tonight, folks. Stuff that's kind of making the paranormal news and the rounds and stuff. We do research and kind of talk about some of this stuff because some of this stuff is kind of cool. Some of it's kind of crazy. Some of it's ideas and thoughts. So give me 1 second, please, here as I pull up the first. Any Bob Marley fans? Somebody asked me to actually play Bob Marley earlier, but we can't. We used to actually play everything, but YouTube does not allow us to play the music that we do have. The folks give us permission to play this music, so we love to play it. And the artists that we listen to anyways, but we are not allowed to play certain things, and they'll pull our stuff.
Yeah, we can't play like a whole bunch of mainstream music and stuff like that.
Yes. But see, you're already in synchronicity with us because you requested that we play Bob Marley, so I'm going to talk a little story about Bob Marley. Dying CIA agent claims he planted cancerous needle in shoe he gifted Bob Marley, leading to his death. A 79-year-old retired officer of the CIA, Bill Oxley, has made a series of stunning confessions since he was admitted to the Mercy Hospital in Maine on Monday and told he has weeks to live. He claims he committed 17 assassinations for the American government between 1974 and 1985, including the music icon Bob Marley. Now I can play my creepy music. Excuse me, I had to hit the blunt for a second. Alright, I'll turn my creepy music off. Trained as a sniper and marksman, Mr. Oxley also has significant experience with... Wait, did I skip something? No, I didn't. Okay, sorry. Mr. Oxley also has significant experience with more unconventional methods of inflicting harm upon others, like poisons, explosives, induced heart attacks, and cancer. The 79-year-old operative claims he committed the assassination between March 1974 and August 1985. The assassinations, excuse me, at a time when he says the CIA was a law unto itself. He says he was part of an operative cell of 3 members, it's always 3, which carried out political assassinations across the country and occasionally in foreign countries. Most of their victims were political activists, journalists, and union leaders, but he also confesses to assassinating a few scientists, medical researchers, artists, and musicians whose ideas and influence represented a threat to the interests of the United States. He claims he had no problem with going through with the assassination of Bob Marley because I was a patriot. I believed in the CIA and I didn't question the motivation of the agency. I've always understood that sometimes sacrifices had to be made for the greater good. Let me put my fingers in the air and quote on that. But Mr. Oxley confesses that Bob Marley remains unique among his victims as he was the only victim he felt anything for. The others were assholes. Bob Marley was Bob Marley. I was no closer to being a long-haired hippie back then than I am now, but I must admit Bob's music did move me. It held some power over me. Apparently not a fucking enough. He claims to have mixed feelings about Bob Marley's death. On the one hand, Marley was a good man, a beautiful soul with profound artistic gifts who did not deserve to have his life cut short. But according to Mr. Oxley, Bob Marley was also placing the goals of the CIA in jeopardy and threatening the existence of the United States. He was succeeding in creating a revolution that used music as a more powerful tool than bullets and bombs. Bob Marley in 1976 was a very serious threat to the global status quo and to the hidden power brokers implementing their plan for a new world order. As far as the agency was concerned, Bob Marley was too successful, too famous, too influential. A Jamaican Rasta man who started using his funds and fame to support causes around the world that were in direct conflict with the CIA. To be honest, he signed his own death warrant. It's not like we didn't warn him. We sent a few guys to shoot up his house in Kingston, Mr. Oxley says, referring to a shooting in the Marley residence that left the singer with an injured arm and chest. I'm good. We had a message for him. We impressed upon him the gravity of the situation he found himself in. He didn't listen. 2 days later in the mountains, I stuck him with the pin. How Bob Marley was murdered. Okay. 2 days after Bob Marley was shot in the left arm by one of 3 gunmen who ambushed the singer and some of his crew in his house in Kingston, and after a brief stint in the hospital, Bob Marley traveled to the protective hills of the Blue Mountains and spent time at the highest point in Jamaica, rehearsing for an upcoming concert. According to Mr. Oxley, he used press credentials to gain access to Bob Marley during his Blue Mountain retreat. He introduced himself as a famous photographer working for the New York Times and gave Bob Marley a gift. I gave him a pair of Converse All-Stars, size 10. When he tried on the right one, he screamed out, ouch. That was it. His life was over right there and then. The nail in the shoe was tainted with cancer viruses and bacteria. If it pierced his skin, which it did, it was good night, nurse. There had been a series of high-profile assassinations of counterculture figures in the United States in the late 60s, early 70s. By the time Bob Marley's time came around, we thought subtly was the order, I said it right, the order of the day, no more bullets and splattered brains. Mr. Oxley said he kept close contact with Marley during the final years of his life, ensuring the medical advice he received in Paris, London, and the United States would hasten his demise and rather than cure him. He died from cancer in May 1981. He was just 36 years old. The last time I saw Bob before he died, he had removed the dreadlocks and his weight was dropping like a stone, he says. He was very withdrawn, unbelievably small. He was shrinking in front of us. The cancer had done its job. The day he died in Miami, we definitely was one of the most difficult moments in my career. I felt real bad for a long time. I wasn't comfortable with my part in his death, but eventually I came to realize it had to be done for America. Now, when I posted that thing, when people was asking, wait a minute, they can give people cancer with needles? Apparently these motherfuckers can do some crazy shit. Heart attack, guns, all kinds of stuff. So, They took out Bob.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because of music, like just because he was taking his money and doing some good shit with it, and he was a global threat. Like imagine that dude from Jamaica singing reggae music and shit, you know, peaceful music, peaceful man. And he was a threat to the to the Illuminati. Well, they're not the illuminated ones, but Bob Marley was a threat. So it's ironic that you asked me to play Bob Marley music, and that was one of the stories I want to talk about because. I don't know. And then he said he took out they take out celebrities and shit. Like, who else did they take out? You think they took out Elvis?
Maybe.
I don't know. Was Elvis a philanthropist? I don't know if Elvis was a good dude. I don't remember stories like, you know, Elvis was walking around, you know, he opened up hospitals and shit and went to Africa and did some shit, and then he went over here and did some things, and he was a peaceful man and took his money in as well. Because, I mean, I don't know if his estate, do they still rake in the money they used to? Because that, what is it called? Anybody know what Elvis's estate was or is? Graceland? Is that it? Graceland, right? Does that shit still exist?
Yeah.
Did they still rake in money? Like, are there still Elvis fans around like that?
Dude, of course, Elvis is still... It's fucking ridiculous how fucking popular Elvis still is to this fucking day. Like, how the fuck is this dude still so popular? How do so many people still want to listen to Elvis? All his fans and stuff should pretty much be gone by now. Or almost gone, but the dude still sells just as many records as fucking any artist out there today.
Wow. But yes, yeah, well, good for Elvis, I guess. But I don't know if he was a philanthropist. I don't know anything good about.
I mean, I can understand more recent people like Prince, Michael Jackson and stuff. They still sell a lot of fucking albums and stuff like that. Their stuff is still more relevant.
But Neverland's abandoned, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's because nobody has the money to buy it or anything like that. You know what I mean? If somebody wanted to buy it and do what they did with Graceland and stuff, they didn't do that with it.
If anybody wants to buy Neverland, I'll take it and I'll go live there, and we don't have to make it a tourist.
Neverland wasn't all that great before Michael died anyway, because he wasn't staying there or anything and keeping up on the place and everything because it was way too expensive. So he had stopped keeping up on it and doing everything there and stuff.
That's why he's alive.
I don't even remember the last time he was staying and living there or whatever. But he had already stopped running all the fucking rides, and most of the animals and shit were gone and everything, and taking care of the fucking place. He lived in an amusement park. Do you know how expensive it is to run a fucking amusement park?
I remember Russell
Simmons my house right here in the middle of Six Flags. And then we're gonna build fucking
Six Flags Safari.
Safari, yeah.
Fucking safari right here in the middle of it. It's a great idea. It is until you start to fucking realize how much it costs when you're not having somebody come there and fucking give you money all day long for it.
And cleaning that shit, the light bill.
Exactly, you know.
You ain't got no one to turn the Ferris wheel on for you and shit. You gotta figure out, like, I'm gonna go.
No, that's the thing is, though, he had people there that would do it for him and everything like that, because you can't get on a ride, and, you know what I mean? Obviously, he had people working for him. There's all kinds of staff there and stuff, so there was people that could operate the rides and do stuff when he was there, and people were there with him and stuff, but you don't have the cash inflow coming in to pay all these bills all the time. You just him going off singing and doing his stuff, and it becomes quite a lot. You know what I mean? You know, fucking many amusement parks get abandoned and shit like that.
I don't know. Open it up, turn it into Neverland Amusement Park.
But if you look at it, it's fucking. I mean, it needs so much work to get it back to fucking what it used to look like, dude. They don't take care of it, or nobody's taking care of it.
I wonder if someone's gonna come forward and be like, later, some CIA agent or some shit. I killed Prince, Michael Jackson, a bunch of other people. Just fuck it. Now there's people that start coming out the woodworks. All those, Tupac, Biggie. It was easy to get them. We just act like it was a gang shooting and shit. That one was easier. Why stick him with a needle? We could just do a drive-by and shit.
Yep.
Jam Master Jay?
Now, I don't know if that dude's the dude if I kill Bob Marley. I think it's highly plausible the CIA could have been involved in both things. Because they were in Jamaica at the time, and the political uprising and all that stuff involved in that, and, you know, they keep their fucking eyes and hands on everything and stuff like that. So they could have fucking saw him as, you know, let's take him out as a political target and try to shoot him. And then they could have tried again later on for whatever reason, but later on, why would you take him out then? By then, he's already fucking huge and big and everything like that, and he's not really in the political thing like he was at that point in Jamaica and everything. He was just so much bigger than that. And I don't know. But there is, but see that he says he gave them tennis shoes and stuff. That the thing is, and there's actually verifiable things because there's people in there that they know that this director of the CIA's son gave him a pair of boots around the same time, and he put them in there. That's why that story, I don't believe that story right there, and that's the guy who did it, because there's actually documentation and there's actually people saying this that were part of the Bob Marley crew and stuff, that yes, there was a CIA member that was infiltrated through part of the film crew and stuff. He was the director's son or something like that, but he says he wasn't in the CIA, whatever and stuff. And Bob Marley did get a pair, but they were boots from him. And when Bob Marley first put on the boots, yeah, he said, "Ouch!" They weren't a pair of tennis shoes or anything like that. That's why I don't know about that story right there. And that guy right there is just probably like,
he made that shit up.
He's like, let me get a little bit of fame, fucking before I die or some shit like that, because.
Leave my grandkids a little bit of money.
Like I said, it's been talked about before, and there's a lot of it and stuff, and there's been members of the Mali, you know, that were there at the time and everything when it happened, and they said, yeah, this is what happened. Whether they don't know if that's how he got cancer and stuff and everything like that, but later on, after that, he did end up getting diagnosed with cancer and stuff, which they said was because of a foot injury from playing soccer and stuff.
Cancer from a foot injury from playing soccer?
I forget what type of cancer it is and stuff, and like, yeah, that's how it is, because when you get it's a weak spot in your body and stuff, so the cancer attacks that weak point in your body. So he had some type of injury. That's how they go and they explain it and stuff. But when you look into that cancer, that's pretty much how it works and stuff like that. It can end up showing up at that point in time because, you know, the person's otherwise healthy, and, you know, then something happens where they're weaker at that point, and that's where the cancer starts.
Wait, what year was that? They said 1981 or something like that. I
forgot what year it was. He was diagnosed.
Wasn't George Bush the director of the CIA at that point? So wouldn't that be like his son? Is he the one who took out Bob Marley?
No, it wasn't him. I forgot. They have the name and stuff. I can go and look it up and stuff. But yeah, there's stuff on it. And who it was. I don't know if it was the head director or something. It was one of the guy's sons or whatever, and his father was the FBI. Somebody, or CIA, I mean. So yeah, that story there. I don't know if that Bill or Bob or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't think he's fucking
Bill Oxler or whatever his name was supposed to be.
Was the actual CIA?
Yeah, because then he would say I was like my father, or when he would have a connection, he would know more. It doesn't even sound like he would possibly know the story.
Like I said,
either.
he said it's tennis shoes and stuff like that. But the story goes, and the story comes. It's an actual verified story from people that are in the band and of the Mali, the crew and everything at that time on that tour and stuff. That there was somebody who came in and did end up giving Bob a pair of shoes because Bob said he liked them and stuff. So he's like, yeah, I'll get you a pair too, and he got him a pair.
I want to look up
Bob
the
put him on something. Yeah, if you look it up and stuff, you can find it and whatever. But it's not Bush.
I don't know how you could prick somebody with cancer. That's what I'm confused.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, no, you can give somebody. You could give somebody cancer that way and stuff. It is possible to do that and everything. To give somebody cancer with it being on the end of something. You know, it's just like anything. Cancer's a virus, and you know, the virus in you and. It's gonna grow. Especially it's special fucking CIA mutated fucking shit.
If these motherfuckers got heart attack guns and all kinds of shit, yeah, they probably got somebody like fast acting shit That shit, it's one of those things you go to the doctor's like, you know, you've got this, blah, 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 and you're going to die quickly.
Yeah, basically, that's basically, they said, they're like, we could try a couple of things, but you basically fucked. You know, of course, Bob kept trying to, you know, do all this, you know, natural healing and shit, but, you know, trying all different things. He did try, then eventually tried chemo and all that shit, and, of course, that shit's going to kill you way faster. It might kill the cancer cells, but it's killing you, too. So people don't realize that, like, the small percentage of cancer rates of, you know, from chemo and everything like that. They say they got cured from the cancer, but they really didn't get cured from the cancer. They died from the fucking cancer treatment, because later on they end up dying from complications like kidney failure or liver failure.
Didn't they develop chemotherapy? Didn't the Nazis develop that shit?
I don't know if it was the Nazis or who exactly it was, but yeah, it just had to do with like mustard gas or some type of gas, poisoning gas and shit, and fucking war and everything. And just like a lot of fucking technology comes from that shit. And then they fucking like, yeah, well, we can use this for good too. But yeah, so most people end up dying from the fucking side effects and all the other shit from the chemo later on. They're like, yeah, I beat cancer and stuff, but my liver and shit's failing now, you know, and all this other stuff. You know, or the cancer comes back, you know.
Like all the blood pressure medication, everything they're recalling now because they say it has cancer, it gives people cancer. So you're just taking shit for other shit, for shit that's going to give you some other shit and make shit worse. And then they're going to give you a cure for that, which you're going to need a pill for that later.
That's why I never, even from the time when I was younger and stuff, like, I never liked taking any type of fucking pills or anything like that. I was like, how the fuck do you know this is good? Oh, they tested it for a few years in a lab on some monkeys and shit like that. Okay, what's the long-term fucking effects of that? What happens if I take this shit for the next 10 years and shit? What's gonna happen to me fucking 10 years after that and everything? And people don't think about that shit. This shit just keeps on coming out. But it's like, yeah, it's cool. It's a quick, easy fix. Let me eat this.
And they also don't tell you how many monkeys died and had heart attacks.
And animals and all these other things. And then you look at
mutations.
Look at the commercials on TV and the side effects of all these stuff. And that's just the side effects just right there. And that's not even...
All your orifices will bleed. You'll have diarrhea coming out of your ears. Like,
that's not even the long-term fucking side effects and everything. That's like the immediate shit just from taking it right then and there. They don't talk about any of that stuff. And nobody's been on these things long enough to fucking see what really happens and shit. And that's why people can't even come off a lot of this shit. Even like even people that are on like temporary medications for like temporary stuff and like that, they end up getting addicted and they can't come off of these things. Not even like pain pills and stuff like that. It's just all kinds of stuff they can't come off because their body's like needs the chemicals and stuff that's in their body and everything like that. It doesn't know how to function without it.
You got to have it.
Well, they experience like withdrawal side effects and all kinds of shit and everything from taking all these things because people don't know that. Yeah, just because they tested it, even if they tested it for 10 years, that doesn't fucking give it. That's nothing. How long do people live for? You think about that shit. I was thinking about this when I was a little kid. I'm like, you really want me to take these pills? Fuck you. My dad's like, just swallow this shit. Fucking stuffing it down my throat and shit. I'm like, there's gotta be a better way.
There isn't. The doctors don't lie. They know everything. Listen to your doctor. Yeah, whatever. They listen. I know withdrawal from morphine. We talked about that shit the other day. That was the worst. I didn't even smoke weed back then. Nothing. All I did was drink. So when I was on morphine and for that extended period of time, and they give you this fucking, they call it a bolus, and they give you this button, and you could just press this button every few minutes, every so many minutes, there's available that you're self-medicating yourself with morphine by just pressing that button. And I remember coming down off that shit that one day, and I was like, enough. No more. I was like, you motherfuckers, and I'm done. Do not give me anything comparable to this, nothing. They were like, what are you going to take? I was like, I'll take some Tylenol. I'll start there. I was like, but I'm done. And I went home, and I was sweating out sheets at night. I felt like fucking Pookie in fucking Friday. Whatever, no, what the fuck was not Pookie? What the fuck, whatever the fuck his name was. Just sitting there when he's all fucking, I'm just scratching. Oh, shit, like I'm all fucked up and anything, sweating out sheets. I was like, nope, I'm good. I'm straight.
I don't know if you watched it, if you listened to any more of the Rogan podcast that we were listening and talking to yesterday, and how they were talking about the Xanax and the anxiety medication fucking is way worse than the opiate epidemic. That's like, it's fucking 50 times worse than that, but nobody's talking about it, and nobody says a thing about it or anything at all like that. Like, it's fucking ridiculous how bad it is and how many people
What is Xanax even? I don't know. What is
like anxiety and stuff.
Oh, anxiety.
And how many people are addicted to that stuff. Some people, they need it, and they might need it temporarily, and there's a lot of people that are on it that don't even fucking need it, and nobody's talking about it.
But for depression and everything like this, so they give you pills for depression,
and once you're on that,
it doesn't make you happy. It just numbs you. So the idea that you're not even pursuing happiness, you're just going to numb yourself further, to me is just crazy. Like, you're just at no point are they giving you a happy pill. They're just giving you a pill that's not supposed to make you depressed because it's going to numb you to everything. So at what point do you actually reach happiness? Like, this, it's just a
some of them are supposed to make
cycle.
it so that the happy dopamines make and produce more stuff. But like with Xanax and stuff, they say it's the addiction to it is so much more worse than like the opiates and stuff that people just can't get off of it, even if they don't need it anymore. They just were on it for a temporary thing because they went through something and they had some anxiety or whatever. And even them, they're like, I don't have anxiety anymore, but I fucking love taking these Xanax. I can't when I try and go off them, I can't go off them and stuff. The side effects and shit, they call them the brain buzzes and shit like that, and people fucking think this shit buzzing like literally in their head, and the shakes and all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of side effects of this shit, and that, like, nobody's talking about that. Like, all these different types of prescription pills.
You're trying to take a pill to get rid of anxiety, but it's causing you to shake and causing a buzz.
When you go off of it and stuff, which they're gonna come and they're gonna find out that fucking it was made that way, just like fucking the shit, fucking Oxycontin and shit. They knew it was addictive. They knew that it was going to do all this stuff, and people weren't going to be able to get off of it, but they did it anyway. Just like fucking Xanax and these other things and stuff. People are, that once you start taking it, you are on it for life. It's extremely, extremely fucking hard to get off it. And that's what this doctor was, and he was talking about on the podcast and shit. It's crazy.
I'm good.
Not just Xanax and stuff. He was talking about a lot of stuff. He was even saying that they were talking about like there's some like blood pressure medications, there's diabetes medications, all kinds of medications where you literally get addicted to it and you can't go off of it because you have side effects from not being on it, even though you don't need to have these medications.
Lisinopril, all those type of shit.
All kind of shit, and your body can't come off of it. You end up needing to keep on taking it.
I did. Fuck all that. But you're right, Divine Unity. Cannabis is medication, psychedelics is medication. There's a lot more research into all that stuff.
Not even just that. All plants are fucking. I have a healing property. There's so many herbs and stuff out there that you can take for all this stuff. And if you take all that stuff and you do that and you eat your body and you get the right vitamins and minerals and shit in your body, then it's a lot easier when you do get depressed and you are able to deal with these things and these feelings and stuff a hell of a lot easier because your body has what it needs to deal with that anxiety and stuff. Is your body's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, so fucking I can't think straight and shit, fucking all this fucking shit in my body from all these chemicals coming from everywhere and everything that people do and stuff, and all this fucking stimuli from fucking electronics everywhere and all the billboards and everything you look at and shit. Of course fucking people got anxiety and you can't deal with shit and stuff because you're not taught how that. Your parents don't teach you that. They might teach you, oh, you're sad right now, you're angry right now, you're happy right now, but they don't teach you how to deal with those emotions when you have those emotions, and you're certainly not taught that in school or anything like that. You might start to learn it if you go to school for like fucking psychology and shit like that later on in life. Like, why am I so fucked up? Let's go to a psychology fucking course. But other than that, you're not taught about any of that shit. You're taught to fucking sit down, shut up, and fucking listen to the teacher and fucking write these answers down on a piece of paper because that's what we want you to do. You're not taught how to take care of yourself and use these things. Your emotions are tools to be used. How to process things and process through life. They're not there for you to be used by them. Don't let your emotions use you and stuff. But we're not.
Remember going to school after somebody died, like your family, and then you'd go to school. And there'd be like that one day when like the teacher and everything was like, you can just kind of just do your own thing. And then it was like after that, okay, what the fuck, motherfucker? Like back to fucking work, back to robot.
Day one, like it's over and stuff. Right. They don't teach you actually how to process anything and do that and stuff. And it's really hard to process it when your brain's all fucking fried and fucked up from fucking processed foods and fucking GMOs and everything else that people drink and put all over their bodies and fucking everything, all this shit around you and stuff. People, that's why everybody's like, give me some Xanax, give me some fucking shit, give me whatever, something, and it just numbs everybody, and they're just like, yeah,
I'm good. I've never taken it. Don't need to take it. I'm good. Stick to cannabis, psychedelics.
And then there's people that like they want to get off it. And they try and get off of it and stuff because they're like, I don't feel I need this. I feel I've learned and got these tools and stuff that I can help myself. And then they can't fucking get off this shit.
All right. Where the hell did I put it?
Shit, some medications, if you go off them too quick, you'll fucking die. I was on a medication to save my life, and if I stopped taking it, like just stopped taking it, I was gonna die. So I had to wean myself off of it slowly. I weaned myself off faster than what the doctors and shit wanted me to do, but still, like if I had just stopped taking it, just stopped cold turkey and shit, like I would have fucked everything up. But there was no way I was taking that shit for the rest of my life.
So I had another story here somewhere. I just gotta find it. I lose shit.
Lying. The medicinal herbs are legal. I mean, the only one that's illegal right now is, you know, some of the psychedelics and marijuana in a lot of states and countries still hasn't legalized it for medical purposes. But other than that, there's medicinal herbs all over the place. Everywhere. You can go into your grocery store and get all kinds of medicinal herbs. You can go out in the woods around your local area and find stuff. I mean, fuck, just what dandelion alone will do for you. The amazing properties of from the root all the way up to the flower. Just go and read the amazing properties of dandelion. You can probably go and pick them in your backyard and shit, depending on what time of year it is.
You just eat them?
Yeah, dude. Dandelion greens are great in salad. The flowers are good to eat in salads and stuff like that. They're all kinds of stuff. It's diuretic. The flowers are diuretic. The roots have fucking got so many benefits. They got antibiotics. They got viral. There's iron in it. There's all kinds of vitamins and shit in it. All kinds of stuff. All this shit's out all around us. You know what I mean?
It's everywhere.
You know, finds the black walnut trees. I mean, the
Is that
black
why you
walnut.
eat dandelions as a kid?
Black walnut shells and stuff are freaking amazing. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Garlic, oregano. You want me to just go through the herbs that you have in your cabinet? Yeah, we had it.
They're up at in Vermont, right?
Oh, we had some of them. I'm gonna just go through the medicinal herbs that you probably have in your spice rack. Yeah.
Oregano.
Thy food fresh be oregano. Thy medicine.
Well, the right too, because the stuff you have to get fresh and even organic, that stuff too, because some of that stuff's not even real fucking seasoning you're getting in the store. Some of that shit is just some random shit. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, mushrooms. That's what I mean. Like the mushrooms, the weed, you know, ayahuasca, stuff like that. Yeah, technically it's illegal in most places, but there's other medicines besides those. Those are highly advanced other medicines that you do for certain types of things and stuff like that. They'll help with a lot of these things, anxiety, depression, and everything like that. But there's other medicines that you can be taking for all these other things that we're talking about too. Readily available all over the place.
Everywhere.
Herbal medicine has been around for thousands and thousands of years. I don't know why they call that fucking alternative medicine. We should be calling these fucking pills and shit we take alternative medicine, and it's only been around for like 100, 150 years. Not even. That's the new shit. That's the alternative. People have been taking plants and using plants for medicine for thousands since we've been on this earth, and we was like, "What?
On the earth?
What is this?" With the first human was big enough to fucking reach over. I don't know how that happened because I mean, that's a whole nother topic to get into. But you know what I mean. The first fucking little baby's like, "What am I gonna do? Oh, let me eat this plant." It's a good thing that one was an edible plant.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
And thank you to all those people who died trying new plants.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Helped us out.
Over all these thousands and thousands and millions of years that we've been here on this planet. But now we know there's over 80,000 edible plants. And all those plants have medicinal properties. That's over 80,000 medicinal plants that are edible and medicinal.
So, there you go.
Take your pick. Just pick whatever you like and see what it's good for and shit. Or whatever's ailing you, there's definitely an herb or a plant out there that can help you. And you got to give it time. It's not a miracle fucking drug like these little fucking pills they say. But you got, when you take these pills, yeah, okay, I can take antibiotics and it's gonna, whatever, it's gonna go away. But I also have to heal from those antibiotics afterwards, or whatever the pill is I'm taking from. And a real good doctor, because I've had several doctors that are kind of good, they believe in that medicine and whatever, but they tell you that while you're on these things, you also need to be healing from taking these medicines and stuff by taking, especially antibiotics. You should be taking probiotics. You should be taking a prebiotic and a probiotic while you're on antibiotics and stuff like that. And you should really be eating stuff like that that's good, fiber and everything, to help get out all that bad bacteria and shit that's in you. There's things that do that, and not many doctors will say that. They'll be like, here you go, have a nice day,
head on down to CVS or Walgreens, go hit your pharmacy.
Oh, you're in pain too, let me get you with that one.
Yeah. Oh, you can't sleep at night, here you go. Oh, wait a minute, something's giving you diarrhea and you don't know why, you might want to stop in that aisle and get some of that stuff too.
And you know why they do that? Because they get bonuses. The more of those prescriptions they write out and shit for people and everything like that, the more they make. But if they tell you, there's ways that you can go and make yourself feel better, and by just going to the local store, fucking in the woods, whatever, by your house, your backyard, they don't make money off of that. They're only getting the money for you walking through the door to see them. They don't get all their bonuses and stuff. Y'all follow me on Instagram. I just posted one up about vaccines and stuff, and the money that you can make as a doctor just in incentive bonuses from giving people the fucking flu shots and vaccines. It's ridiculous how much money they make.
Ridiculous. All right. Now, see, this story is making headlines, and I like these stories because they kind of are fun to play with. NBA star doubts moon landing. One of basketball's biggest stars, Steph Curry, is making headlines after expressing skepticism that we really went to the moon. The remarkable musing reportedly occurred during an appearance on the podcast Winging It, after pondering how scientists would know what sounds a dinosaur makes, since all we have are their bones. Curry pivots to asking, "We ever been to the moon?" Two of the co-hosts of the program quickly respond no, with a surprising air of certainty. This leads to Curry laughingly saying they're going to come get us, and then agreeing with the host that I don't think so either. When pressed by another person on the show, the Golden State Warriors star reaffirms the suspicion that the moon landings were faked. Meanwhile, amid some crosstalk during the exchange, one of the show hosts suggests that people need to research Stanley Kubrick. That was his name, couldn't remember it earlier. Referencing the popular conspiracy that the famed director helped orchestrate the moon hoax. As one can imagine, Curry's take on the moon landing captured the attention of sports writers across the country on Monday when the podcast was posted online. Many liking the star's stance to the odd controversy which engulfed Kyrie Irving of the Boston Celtics after he endorsed the flat earth theory, and then later recanted his words after becoming the subject of considerable ridicule. Considering the attention that Curry's moon hoax theorizing has garnered already, it's almost certain that he'll be asked about it the next time he meets with the media. While we wait to see if Curry offers some clarification regarding his thoughts on the conspiracy theory... Alright, now it goes into something else. Okay, now... We actually did a show a few months back, I don't know how far back it was, about the whole moon thing and the landing. And it is still Stanley Kubrick. I was saying the wrong director's name. But here's the thing. So NASA, at this point, has actually invited Steph Curry to come and tour their facility and blah, 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 and do all this. Now, again, here is a man with means. And he has money, so he is capable
he's
of
in
doing...
Houston all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like
They play the Rockets.
He's one of the biggest stars in the NBA, probably second to only LeBron and maybe KD. He's probably number 3. But so now...
You can't... When you move it, shut. I'll fix it.
When you go to NASA and you get to tour NASA, then I'm sure I'd love to tour NASA. I'd love to show all that stuff and cool things. You still... It's not like you can say, well, here, NASA's not on the moon. Like, you're not actually taking them to the moon. You're going to show them all the process, all the stuff that happened, and everything that supposedly went down, everything. Now, again, we said, I don't doubt that we've been to the moon, they did stuff on the moon. I just think that the whole Stanley Kubrick was the pretty version, the soft version, this is what we can actually show them. That's really, they cannot see what's really on the moon. What they either really went there and knew something crazy was there, or the idea that it's always been said that they went to the moon and something was on the moon. It's like, listen, don't come back here. Don't do it.
Now Russia, I don't know. Did they already launch their probe? Because we had talked about that last week.
I think they'd launched it. Are they going to be launching a probe to the dark side of the moon?
Yeah, it's going to the dark side.
China already has one up there. We've seen pictures of that up there and stuff. You know, we're supposedly when we go back to the moon, we're going to go to the other side of the moon too. Whatever. When we go back to the moon, but we're supposed to be going back to the moon and staying on the moon this time, not just going and coming back or whatever, but we're going to go and we're going to stay there for a little while next time we go to the moon. That's what NASA's been planning and whatever. So
reveal the aliens, please.
Or reveal nothing. They may not be able to go certain. But we have no-fly zones here. They probably still have some no zones. You can't go to crater. You can't go over there.
There's going to be stories. Well, this is the best place for us to set up. And you don't want to go over here. We don't want to go over here and do this and do that.
Or it's going to just be like like a real slow process. Like even like the rovers on Mars and stuff. And by the time it's already dying, so we got to wait till the next one goes up and shit. Bullshit. Not saying we haven't been to the moon. We've been to the moon. Probably been to Mars. Probably still on Mars. All kinds of shit, but. Yeah, I think the whole Stanley Kubrick thing is accurate. That motherfuckers filmed a really good version. Well, how could they have filmed it back then? It wasn't really like they filmed some insane, right? It wasn't like it was filmed like now on 4K and shit, right?
It wasn't all like,
Star Trek come out right around
CGI and
Did Star Trek come out right about then?
So.
Possibly. I don't remember when Star Trek came out.
Star Trek. I forget what year it came out, but early. But yeah, the stuff. Star Trek was way more advanced than that movie was.
So Star Trek came out. I can only imagine what they already had. So.
Hey, listen, anything's possible. I'm with Steph Curry. But see, this is the thing that I hate, like him, even Kyrie, not saying that I believe that the earth is flat by any stretch of the imagination, but if you firmly Shaq all these celebrities, believers, they always recant their stories later. And the thing with Kyrie is, for him to say that, maybe he just caught up in the moment because he's on this podcast, but he's a big star. It's not like for him, let me say this and create some controversy or it's going to generate income for me by doing this. He said something in the spur of the moment that he probably truly believes, but because he's getting attacked and now NASA and all these scientists are coming at him, he's going to recant his story. And I wish that some of these dudes, it's just what you believe, stand firm with it. There's been crazy stories. What the fuck is his name? Baron Davis, I think is the guy's name. Talking about he was driving through a desert one time, I guess going from one game to one state to another. He all said he got kidnapped by aliens or some shit. He didn't remember a period of time. And then all of a sudden he gets fucking bashed. And the dude's like, I was just kidding. Like, what if these motherfuckers really have had, if they really believe what they believe or really had experience, like stand pat with it. So what if you get a little controversy? Who gives a fuck? Here's the thing. The hardest thing with the paranormal. We just did a cool investigation last weekend. All right. Okay. The thing about the paranormal is it's no matter what generates over the camera, no matter what generates through whatever audio, whatever you're showing anybody else. It's why I've always said, even my own personal experience, it is hard to convey to somebody else a paranormal experience who was not there. It's just hard to do it. It's hard, when you watch it on television, you watch it in movies, whatever, if it's real, you can feel it, you can get caught up, but there's nothing like being there. Like when you start telling people your paranormal stories over your life or whatever, things that happen, especially shit. And I remember being young, people look, it's like you're fucking crazy, like ghosts, whatever, like you're fucking bugging. So it's hard to convey that shit. So I get that, but these dudes are fucking celebrities. Can you take a break? Okay. Yeah, sorry, we gotta change the battery. These dudes are celebrities. I'm just saying, stand pat. Just stand pat. You know what I'm saying? I got your back, Steph Curry. I even tweeted you. I don't even tweet that often. You know what I'm saying? I can feel them. If that's really what you believe, you can go to NASA. That's cool. You know what I'm saying?
You can believe. And then you can go and find out and know. Or
you could be one of those dudes. Like, in the next few years, they're supposedly doing some moon stuff. Be like, you know what? Fuck it. Especially at the end of your career. You getting old? When your career's over, be the first. Volunteer now, Steph Curry. I suggest this. Why don't you volunteer now? Be like, you know what? When my career's over, fuck broadcast and everything, I want to go see the moon. Let me go to the moon. I come back and tell motherfuckers. What?
He needs to go meet up with Elon Musk.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Reach out to Elon and be like, yo, E, what's up? It's me, E. It's Steph C. You know what I'm saying? Can I get a seat on one of your things? Let me go check out this moon. Even do a flyby. Even the flyby. You can do that shit. You can afford that. You the man. You cool.
He's doing that already.
What'd you say?
He's already
with
sending somebody on the
that
flyby.
Japanese businessman or whatever, isn't it? He's the one that's taking like artists or whatever with them or some shit.
he's
Yeah.
gonna take
But
10
I'm saying,
people, he's
just
taking
you don't
10
got to be the
people.
first. You could be the second, whatever. But volunteer now. Put yourself in a position to be one of those dudes. Come back and be like, yo, I at least got to see fly by the moon. Didn't land on this motherfucker yet. Maybe at that point, better land on that motherfucker. I'm just saying. I'm tired of all these motherfucking celebrities recanting their stories.
See, that's the thing is people don't understand stuff, so they have to see it for their own eyes. But it's really hard to see the fucking Earth for your own eyes unless you got that money, Steph Curry and fucking Kyrie and all these people that think that the Earth is these
flat,
celebrities think the
we
Earth
go
is
to the
flat,
moon, whatever.
round.
Help us
And-
out. Be the martyr.
And that's
Be
it.
the face.
Put your money out there.
Do that shit, son.
I can
Do
take
that
you
shit.
places too if you
Do
want to
that
come
shit,
with me.
son.
I can
Do that
take you.
shit.
Actually, shit,
Do
these
that
people
shit.
fly
Do
around
that
the world too. That's what I don't understand. They fly around the world. Are you sleeping the whole entire time? You don't? Do you ever look out the window when you're on
I drove back and forth.
I don't know.
I've been in planes all over,
I
flown
mean-
all over the world and everything, but I never see no damn curvature of the world. The Earth is flat. All I know is when I'm driving from motherfucking California to them desert, going down there and like that everything is flat. I know I'm driving on flat. It don't feel like I'm going over no curve. It just feels like I'm driving on some flat shit. Can you dig it?
I think Shaq's had one too many concussions.
No, Shaq is not any concussion. Shaq's too big to have concussion. No one can reach up there and hit Shaq in the head. What are you talking about? Shaq just drove a lot.
All right, let's take a
That was
take a
bad
break.
Shaq impersonation. I'm sorry. I apologize.
So we could
It
change
used to
out
be
the
better.
batteries and the
Out the
camera and
practice.
everything. And
We'll be back.
listen to some
Don't go-
music.
If I listen to
We'll be back
music,
in a few minutes.
check out these eyes if you enjoy it. Let me know in the chat. I'll tell you who they are, what's going on. All this stuff is available on all platforms. But don't go too far. We'll be back. Still open topics. Still some stuff to talk about. All right, we'll be back. Goodbye.
Diving in, I'm off the high board. Man, I'm off the Richter like I sniffed a Fisher. How I tip the scale, shit, we do be superhuman, probably cyborg. I've been around you cannot fathom, and you need to dive more. When a sexual we, you not ready, need to die more. Times couple more, times couple more. 14 times knocking at the front door. Then the monsters open, take me into their home. Pull from underneath the bed, shine me up on my chrome. Like I'm jeweled up in a lotus on my neck, huh? Shamalama Kushnama, let's be ready. Shamalama Kushna, y'all not ready. Fuck a master teacher, fuck debates and shit. Might as well be preaching, might as well be collecting plates and shit. I ride the highway of information, literally. Mushrooms and Kundalini, DMT, I feel my chi. Rising to the top, I be like Satnam, my fucking G. Guru, guru, guru. Naga watch me notch my stature up. Guru, 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 guru. Watch a Naga level up. Kung Fu.
I think I'm out my mind, 'cause I'm about to fly to the top of this mountain, to get to the other side. I think I'm out my mind, 'cause I'm about to fly to the top of this mountain, to get to the other side with water fountain. I've been wasting time, floating in my mind, like this fucking water fountain. I think I'm out my mind, 'cause I've been wasting time, floating out my mind, like that fucking water fountain. I think I'm out my mind, 'cause I've been wasting time, floating in my mind, like this fucking
Who is you? Who you think you are? All that gas got you burning like a speeding star. Hit them high, hit them low, I make them raise the bar. You use a chicken, no limbo. See how much I break my back. But it's cool, I made a gold. I get the pot, fuck the bag. I'm just floating on this rug, smoking bud, doing match. How I'm floating on this rug, full of fungus, cause it's magic. When you beat me, give a hug, show me love, man, that's family.
I think I'm out my mind, cause I'm about to climb to the top of this mountain, to get to the other side with water fountains. I think I'm out my mind, cause I'm about to climb to the top of this mountain, to get to the other side with water fountains.
Like Nappy Roots, we never stop going for this shit, man. For real. We always fought for ours, man. But this was all about us achieving our goals, man. DA, never give up, dawg. The world need to hear it. I'm on a road that seems less scenic, seeing the world but don't mean it. I'm forever fighting my demons, waiting on Christ to something I don't agree with. Rather fight battles right here on earth. Scars on me still hurt. Black rose in the dirt. Just cause it's black don't mean that it's cursed. Gotta look past the broken English. Never made no one's dean's list. But don't tell me nothing about heaven. Tell me how to get my folks out this section. Hey, never give up or even question fate. Fight until you look death in the face. I fight races with grace. Told Bay ride with me at Bay. Cause there's a better day and I seen it. Yeah, I seen it clear. Don't let them tell you that the end is near. Never give up or give in to fear. I'm with Pantheon elitists. Know who it is when you greet us. Join us now but can't beat us. We was wearing crowns to defeat us.
Sometimes you find your greatness in the darkness, but destiny will guide you through the blindness. Wanna think and make it big, manifest it and refine it. Seasons pass, life is timeless. Confidence, humble and kindness. Giving yourself all behind us. Forbidden knowledge for the mindless. I never gave up. The sky is not the limit. Don't give up. If you start the race, then finish. Don't give up. Can you hear a room for it? Don't give up. Let's go hard, let's get it. Don't give up. Don't give up.
I never gave up. No, I never gave up.
You can have anything you want, the only limitation is your imagination. If it don't work the first time, pick it back up. I never said it's not trials and tribulation. In this cold world, nothing's given. Looking for one handout, you might wait millennia. Everybody will have it if it's that easy. Tell me how you gon' reach for it if you can't see it. If you got a vision, then you better ace it. Or write it down anywhere that you can read it. If you want it to exist, then you gotta speak. You gotta want it so bad, it'll wake you when you sleep. Gotta want it so bad, you will never leave it. And when they say you never get it, then you won't believe it. If you want it, you'll walk up in the cold, sacrifice a little more, and even if you go without eat, and still never give up.
Sometimes you find your greatness in the darkness, but destiny will guide you through the blindness. Wanna think and make it big, manifest it and refine it. Seasons pass, life is timeless. Confidence, humble and kindness. Giving yourself all behind us. Forbidden knowledge for the mindless. I never gave up. The sky is not the limit. Don't give up. If you start the race, then finish. Don't give up. Can you hear him rooting for it? Don't give up. Let's go hard, let's get it.
Yeah. They just might say you too old, say you too young. It don't matter what they say, just don't give up. Show them that you're strong, show them that you're tough, show them that you're still standing when they clear out the dust. A whole lot of pain, a whole lot of blood, sweat and tears still here. I ain't never give up. Even if I wanted to, I never gave up. All my out the box niggas, they ain't never feel lust. Hold on to your goals, don't never let up. 24 hours in a day, make sure you use some. Dedicated to your dream, even if it's just one. Do it for your fans, even if it's just one. No excuses, get it done. Your future self will give it up. You looking at the things you didn't give up. You got them all cause you didn't give up.
Sometimes you find your greatness in the darkness, but destiny will guide you through the blindness. Wanna think and make it big, manifest it and refine it. Seasons pass, life is timeless. Confidence, humble and kindness. Giving yourself all behind us. Forbidden knowledge for the mindless.
I never gave up. I never gave up. Yeah, I never gave up.
Yeah, I stepped out of the 12th house, hopped up in that red alert. I'm dipping to the milk for the cookie. When you invest in self, there's no need to work. Pounds on pounds of the sticky herb. Off the earth, I can feed the herd. Turn a flower into power, now a phoenix bird. Leave life for my ass shack. Dark matter in my backpack, yeah. Crystallize 3 eyes. Every time I light fly to the earth. Calling the kush guys. Get blessed by a bush on fire. Help a sheep seek warmth in this cold empire. She drop bands when she bloom in the dark room. Hip house coming real soon. Aroma made me float like a cartoon. Mary got him hooked like a harpoon. And that's real. Watch me farm the land for my meals. So reap these bands, but sowing this kill. And grow this love to change how you feel. I'll show you the secrets and point to the enemy. They got the poison and I got the remedy. No stopping this energy, move like a centipede. Why die? I'm too high off the memory. Expanding all of my chakras. When I fire up on this ganja plan, no need for scripts or a doctor. My homeboy's a spirit tech. Watch you power up on that fire aqua. Blue cook all of my eye drops. That straight bliss, that program aqua. Nigga, get your beat till my eye pop.
I got marijuana, pounds of that real OG. See, we ain't nothing but some fugitives riding around like fuck the police. Making time stop to your 5x9s. I got 9 guys with they eyes out. Fire all in my spine, them boys get burnt. Try and get up in my house. I got marijuana, pounds of that real OG. See, we ain't nothing but some fugitives riding around like fuck the police. Making time stop to your 5x9s. I got 9 guys with they eyes out. Fire all in my spine, them boys get burnt. Try and get up in my house. I got marijuana, pounds of that real OG. Yeah, I've been off on that psilocin, now I'm about to turn up in OT. See, we ain't nothing but some fugitives riding around like fuck the police. Making time stop to your 5x9s. I got 9 guys with they eyes out. Fire all in my spine, them boys get burnt. Try and get up in my house. Shit, grab the pack and let's grind out. Mother Earth, she like right on time. I got H2O for that pie. That 302 for my fight. So when it rainstorm, I get to brainstorm and I'm back inside of that eye. You can hear, see just how I resonate, nigga. I'm shining off for your blinds. Nigga, light bender, I rip the veil. My angle is forming an L. Inertia will gather, bring physical form. So what I imagine is born right through the door. Infinite weaponry soon as they stepped in me. I know that they tested me, came down with that eyes out. I told you that water would burn. I gather my forces in orbit and pour out a portion of me to return. Then gather it back up inside of myself. I'm still on top of that crown. I can still get up when I'm down. Now watch how I gather the earth, bitch. I got marijuana, pounds of that real OG. See, we ain't nothing but some fugitives riding around like fuck the police. Making time stop to your 5x9s. I got 9 guys with they eyes out. Fire all in my spine, them boys get burnt. Try and get up in my house. I got marijuana, pounds of that real OG. See, we ain't nothing but some fugitives riding around like fuck the police. Making time stop to your 5x9s. I got 9 guys with they eyes out. Fire all in my spine, them boys get burnt. Try and get up in my house.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really tryna rise, step into the buckle up. I'ma show you where it's at. We gon' burn a couple blunts, we gon' pop a couple caps. I ain't talking about 4 5s from the strap. Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map. What you know about? Tasting color, seeing sound with a crystalline. Turning nothing into something when we alchemize. Vandalize the lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots at this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep us phantom. Phantom black man, ghost writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. Just know that when we shine, it's the reflection of your soul. Supreme beings moving, watch the galaxy implode. We are not alone. If you not normal, welcome home. Yeah. Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really tryna rise, step Yeah, I gotta hold on to this feeling. I'll be seeing visions through the folds of the prism. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement that's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud, then hallelujah for Judas. Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus. They hate when we on our job, cause persecution is useless. Proof that what we doing is more than just making music. Utilizing the truth, drop it off in the hood. Show 'em what's really good, the feeling is understood. We know just what it means to get it by all means. Supreme beings moving, watch reality explode. We are not alone, if you're not normal, welcome home.
Nah,
yeah.
look, different video games for different reasons. Xbox 360 is the ultimate gaming console I've ever had. I mean, Atari because it was the first for me. That was a long fucking time. Mario Kart. My second favorite game of all time. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Oh, it's the best game ever. Legendary. Dude, you get up on a fucking Rust and get up on top of that thing, and I'm gonna YouTube everybody for fucking days. He wasn't getting me down. That's right, folks. I'm talking about video games. Alright, what's Hood Hoodies? Welcome to the final stretch. It's ParanormalHooD Live. We're still live and direct in the God of Knowledge Studios. After a little break, it's Jiggy.
I'm smoking.
What up, it's Wiz.
We were talking about the best video game ever fucking created on Xbox 360. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Just, it was an extraordinary game. Dude, I was a leader of a clan, everything. I told you, that was fucking... The doctor said to me after brain surgery, he's like, you want to be able to get your hand-eye coordination back, especially in line of work, play video games. So I went home and was like, alright, cool. Got Xbox 360. My nephew's like, try Gears of War. I was hooked. And then Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 came on, and that was it. Even that, they had that one Modern Warfare that was kind of throwback, where you had like tanks and shit. And certain people, I was ranked like in the top 5s with those tanks. It was so insane that they took the tanks out of the game because certain people could master them shits where you just fucking just was whooping people's asses. So they took it out. It was the... No, it was a Modern Warfare, but it was more. It wasn't a Modern Warfare. It was one of the other ones where they did the throwbacks. It was certain wars, and I can't remember. I think it was the like World War. Which one would we fought the Germans? World War II. Yeah, so it was World War II. But so you had these tanks. There was German tanks, American tanks, whatever. But you could do these crazy things with these tanks. It was almost a glitch, but it wasn't a glitch. It was something they put in the game. They took that shit out. But so Modern Warfare 2, best game ever. Every now and then I put up my screenshots where I have like 150 kills. You can get like ultimate fucking nukes to the... You can only let off one, but be like, oh, you can stop getting nukes, man. Let me get one. I'm like, no, because if you get one, then you're going to set it off before I set mine off. Those are the good old days. And now I won't even tell. I haven't played video games in years. It's a whole different world. Okay?
It's a whole different world now.
No, video games are still cool, I imagine. I just don't want to get caught up in it. Like, even my spare time, it's not something I want to do because your spare time kind of becomes, hold on, just a few more minutes. I remember how it started. Just a few more minutes.
I don't do that.
I know, I just know me. I know me.
That's the way I used to be too, and I was just like...
I'm good.
That's why I was like, I don't want to play video games.
I could be working on some ParanormalHooD shit. I could be looking for ghosts.
I got self-control and stuff, so I'm like, yep, I'm going to play for this amount of time, and that's it, and I'm done.
Nope.
Don't keep going.
Nope.
Kind of can't keep going, because I usually play late at night when I'm tired, before I go to bed when I'm tired.
Nope.
Or when I only got, when one of my sons not around, so.
Nope.
Real quick and easy.
Nope.
Got more important things to do than play video games.
You guys want to hear a cool story? Rip from the headlines?
Oh, yeah.
Sparking outrage. Danish photographer posts a picture having sex with his girlfriend on top of the Great Pyramid in Egypt.
Hell yeah!
Now people pissed because it wasn't them having sex, or they didn't piss because they're having sex on top of the pyramid.
Well, let's hear the story.
Oh, sexy girlfriend!
A Danish photographer sparked outrage in Egypt after posting a picture of himself appearing to have sex with his girlfriend atop the Great Pyramid. The footage and image triggered fury in Egypt and on social media, with many arguing it was disrespectful to the nation's heritage. They will also look into how the couple climbed the 140-meter, which is 460-foot pyramid, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world. Yo, and it's like there's a little video, but then there's like pictures and like the chick takes her top off and everything. And I mean,
yeah, I think some people are gonna be in trouble because there's security there and stuff. There's people that's supposed to prevent people from climbing, but I don't know how because in the last year alone,
there was that other kid. Who
There's the other kid who did it. I think there was 2 people that did it and stuff. Plus, I seen other stuff that didn't make mainstream news and stuff just in the last year of people who have climbed the pyramid and shit. It's like, who the security guys here? I mean, you guys need to look into that shit right there first of all.
Me so horny.
No, it's my brother. He's good.
Brother's good. He's showing his brother. He's like the stack of green. The motherfuckers pay people off and climb those shits. But I mean, is it?
But again, that comes down to the security guards.
Right. And then once he's up there, what do you think they're gonna do when they get up there? They're gonna do stupid shit. They ain't going up there to fucking.
I mean, it's not. I mean, that was
not everybody's going up there to fuck. Let's just be honest. They went up there to fuck.
I mean, you got the chance to fuck on top of the pyramid. Might as well fuck on top of the pyramid.
They did wait for sunrise.
I mean,
they were doing it while the sun was rising.
Beam of energy coming up out of there and shit. I'm sure it was pretty fucking incredible.
She might have an alien baby.
Either way, even if there isn't a fucking beam of energy coming up out of that shit and stuff, I mean, you're on top of the fucking Great Pyramid.
She might have an alien baby. That's what I'm saying. She might conceive an alien baby and shit all of a sudden, like, you know, Jesus and shit.
And who's to say that it's disrespectful to their culture and shit? How the fuck do we know that the Egyptians weren't banging on top of the pyramids back in the day?
Is public sex allowed in Egypt? Maybe it might be one of those things where you can't have sex in public.
Well, now
they got crazy laws in mass.
Now it might be, but I mean, they said to the ancient cultural heritages and stuff like that. It's just, you know, it's disgrace to that. I'm like, well, how do you know that they wasn't banging on top of it?
Well, maybe too, because they weren't Egyptians.
How do you
Because they're not Egyptian. They're like, you know, only Egyptians can fuck on top of the pyramids. Maybe that's a rule.
Oh, what about Cleopatra? She was in the pyramids fucking?
Well, she had money, though. See, back then, what she did was...
They had some money up there at the top of the pyramids fucking somebody and shit. Them guys were like, yep, I'm going to take a smoke break right now.
All of a sudden, I feel real hungry.
You guys want to come and we're going to go get a bite to eat and take a quick smoke break.
Oh, for some reason, I feel like I got the butt leak coming. I got to go hit the fucking toilet. I'll be back there. Like, hey, Ahmed, don't worry. Come take a walk with me, buddy. Let's go over here. Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna walk by and drop my money.
You know that those two didn't run up that pyramid like that other dude in the other video, dude. They took that. They had time to get up that pyramid. They had time to be up there fucking.
They waited for the sun to rise. Like she's stripping as the sun's rising.
That's what I mean.
You know, they knew what they.
All the security there was in on that shit. That kid who went up it, he ran up that shit, and then like he climbed it like as quick as he could. He was up there for a few minutes and shit, and then like in some of the video you could see like they knew he was up there and shit like that. And he got arrested.
The helicopters came and shit. No, I'm just
he got arrested. These people were up there and they got away.
It's not like
they're up there fucking and shit. Like she's like, oh fuck it, like nobody around. You're on top of a pyramid. That shit is echoing all the fuck over the place.
All over the town.
Nobody decided where the fuck is coming from. They get away. They're gone. Posting videos up online afterwards and shit.
Hey, it smells like sex up here. What do you think happened? I don't know. Hey, I don't know. Nothing happened up here. No, it smells like Badussi up here.
When I did my rounds an hour ago.
It smells like Badussi, like some ass, a little pussy, some balls and shit up here. It smells kind of fucking filthy up here. What the fuck happened? Whatever. Hey, I guess.
Like, no.
I mean, I've never had sex in the church, but I remember having pure thoughts in church because, you know, I was a teenager and there were girls.
Talk about all the places I've had sex.
What did you say?
I said we don't want to talk about all the places I've had sex. So.
Oh, me either. There's a laundry list of those
churches on there.
Well, nah, it just wasn't the opportunity never arose. I'm in the Mile High Club.
Being a preacher's daughter, church is going to be on the list.
PKs, preacher's kids. They're the worst. I'm in the Mile High Club. There's other, you know, I've done some other crazy shit.
That's one I haven't. Mile High Club. I haven't done that.
I'm in the Greyhound Bus Club.
Oh yeah.
The Greyhound Bus Club.
Yeah.
I'm on the MBTA Bus Club.
The Movie Cinema Club.
The Tea Club.
The Playground Club. The long list of clubs.
Should I give it to you first or him first? Who's it
I don't
going
know.
to? I think it goes to you.
See, that's the whole thing. One, I'm not climbing that motherfucking pyramid. That ain't gonna happen. So you ain't gotta worry about me disgracing or anything. I ain't fucking on top of that bed because I ain't climbing up that motherfucker. If you could, like, if there was like an elevator that went up the top of it.
Climb up Profile Rock.
What do you say? Dude, it's possibly during the day. It's just at night. There wasn't enough light. It's just too much. I don't know. I think maybe the second.
Oh, the pyramid is nothing compared to Profile Rock. You'd be able to pyramid. It's steps, dude. It's basically
Massive
steps. They're just bigger steps and stuff.
Yeah, but some of those shits got some crazy angles.
No, they're all. It's just stepped. It's a step pyramid. All the
How
way
many
to the
pyramids
top.
have you climbed?
I don't have to climb the pyramid to be able to look at it and see. I've seen people climb it. I can physically see it and look at it. I mean, it's at a steeper angle than, steps, normal steps like this.
Yeah, exactly.
The pyramid's a little bit like this. You're not going straight up like this, though, but it's not like rocks that are slipping and moving and stuff like that, like when we were at Profile Rock and everything. With Profile Rock, where we were going up like this, and you have to climb on, like, little things.
Look what she said. Get in the middle of Earth. I ain't fucked in the middle of Earth yet, but if I could, I would. If you know how to get there, like I know where's a portal. I haven't gone back to. I gotta find where that fucking portal is. I know that portal exists. I'm gonna find exactly where that shit was.
But the flat earthers say it's at the top of Antarctica.
What, the portal? Well, that's one of them, but it wasn't just him. It was Admiral Byrd. Admiral James Byrd, I think his name was, who flew some fucking flight, and then he came across and then he flew in there, and and he went in there. There was dinosaurs and all this type of crazy shit. So I mean, but the Native Americans talked about the ant people and different cultures, the races that came from the Middle Earth, and
Udenma.
Wait, who was talking about recently about fairies and all that type of shit exists there and shit too? But they're just in a different phase now. What was the point? Who knows? I'm saying, Susan B, just hit me up and let me know if you know the place in the Middle Earth. Let me know. I won't tell nobody. I'm cool with keeping secrets. You can let me know, please. I'm the bodyguard. And I will always love you. So I have secrets. So, cool. We can go to Middle Earth. I'm not saying we got to do anything in there, because I'm not trying to suggest anything like that. I just want to know what Middle Earth is. And then I can maybe take a date down there one day and, then I can knock it on my
Divine says
list.
it's under the pyramid.
Middle
Middle Earth's under me right now, too. Depending on where on the globe you are, it's underneath you, too.
Yeah, I wonder if the satellite... Well, the space station might be under us right now, too.
I can look on the app and shit and see where the space station is right now. But that's a different thing. You're fucking going in the Earth that way.
Right.
The space station would be out around.
Might get to see the sun inside there, the water. There's supposed to be another sun inside there.
Space Club, Jiggy.
What? I would don't. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think. Have they confirmed if anybody's fucked in space though?
No.
I know there was an astronaut who wanted to kill another astronaut. There was like a love trice type of shit going
that
on.
all happened on Earth though, before it got into space. But I don't think it. I mean, there's only been what, like 100 people, less than 100 people that have been on the space station.
I want one of them to have like a tell-all.
50 people on the space station, and the majority of them are men. So,
I'm
not saying anything there, but I'm just saying. I mean, it's gonna be it's a very small amount of people that have been there, so it's a very small amount of people that know what happened on there. So it's
right. But imagine if they had like a tell-all. Well, if they had a tell-all one day, like, okay, so down our downtime, we were some freaks in space. Like we had some wild parties, a little ecstasy and shit.
I'm sure.
And there was a whole lot of fucking going on.
But I mean, again, it's I don't know. Have you? I can see it as a possibility. I mean, you're in space.
Yo, the Kama Sutra to the max.
There's only so much to do. I know NASA got you doing all kinds of shit while you're up there. You got to keep making sure your space station's fucking going and keeping you alive.
They
and
got
stuff
computers
all day long.
now.
But I'm sure that there's some time where you can be like, yo, let's see what this shit's like.
All of a sudden, Buzz Aldrin. Who's left? Is it Buzz who's left?
Yeah, Buzz is.
He's like, there was a secret romance between him and Neil Armstrong. They were holding hands on the moon and shit. They took a nice little walk on the moon and everything. Watched the Earth rise.
They watched the Earth rise together.
It broke back Space Mountain.
Sorry. That'd be awesome. Hey, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. Hey,
Love in space.
They did, yeah, whatever. Hey, that's good. That'd be awesome. The first two on the fucking moon, right? Whether it be man, woman, man and man, woman and woman. You know?
said one giant leap.
Imagine that spacesuit you have to get in to do that.
They went back in the little landing. They closed up the door and sealed up everything. And they were like, you know.
Clean the space station naked, cue the sexy music. Excuse me. Someone's gonna come out with some shit though. It's gonna happen. Somebody. Oh, that's what they're gonna do. They're just gonna be like, maybe the dude who takes one of those musicians and stuff. He might take a couple of musicians who's a couple, and they'll be the first ones as they go around the moon and woohoo, and they stream that shit live. Yo, they stream everything else live. Why not?
I'm sure. Let's say the odds are pretty high that somebody has already had sex.
But
in
that's
space
some
on
shit
the
that
space
you want to
station.
tell somebody at some point. Maybe it's like NASA like caught them or some
I
shit.
know,
Like they
but
were like,
that's like-
you know, they do
that's one
that.
of the greatest
Good
secrets.
morning, and then they start playing music and shit, and all of a sudden it was like the James Bond movie and shit, and they're fucking, and they were like, fuck, like okay, we can't.
It'd be one of those things where, you know, all these astronauts come out with something before they go to the grave. So one of these women astronauts, or two of these men astronauts, and whatever, whoever. Two of these astronauts at some point might come out and be like, yeah, we fucked when we were up there.
You're damn right.
And people be like, no, you didn't. They'll be like, yeah, we
And then
got
they
some
start the
pictures.
myth.
They got
start the
some
myth you
pictures
can't
and
get
stuff, and
pregnant
they
in
show
space.
them. They're like, look, we're on the space station and we fucked. We knew you all was going to want some evidence. That'd be the greatest shit.
There's a new myth though. You know, you can't get pregnant in space. That's what they'll start that shit. And then you have to go try to prove that you actually can get pregnant in space.
I don't know if the people are going to buy that. It don't matter if you're in space.
Zero
or
gravity. So
Earth
what
or
happens is
wherever.
it actually doesn't go, and then well, you don't want to talk about it because it's kind of gross because you never know where it ends up. I mean, that splatter could end up anywhere. There could be ooze anywhere on the space station.
That's
anywhere.
not how gravity works. It's not,
Wait a minute. Can they give them? Can you sew inside of a spacesuit? Could you like?
She saw some news about a space child.
Well, no, they want to have some. I forget. There's a couple of something. They want to be the first. They want. They're like. There's a couple that wants to be one of the first people to go to Mars, and they want to be the first people to have a baby in space. I saw something about that too before. They want to like be the first people when they get there.
When that baby comes
to
back
have the
to Earth
baby
after
and
like
stuff,
months in space, and it's like Kal-El and shit.
Well, don't they have that movie
Comes
where
like
the kid was
Superman?
born on Mars? Or so there's like some movie that was out too, that was out there recently, and he was born on Mars, and he'd never been to Earth or anything, and he wanted to come to Earth and stuff, and like somehow he got back here, but he couldn't live on Earth because he's used to living on Mars and the conditions of Earth and stuff. So he just started to like fall apart and die and shit.
what
And
is
they had
this
to get him
called?
home. I forget. It's like a Disney movie too.
It's a Disney. It's
Yeah.
like a cartoon or like
No, it's not a
live
cartoon.
action?
Like it's like a live action. Like it's some boy. I forget what the fuck it was called.
Yeah, that one definitely passed me by.
And he like falls in love with a girl and stuff. He's like a teenager. Like he ends up. He's like a teenager when he finally gets to come back to Earth and stuff. And I forget what the fuck it's called. I didn't see it or anything. I just remember seeing the previews and stuff. And
All
that's
these
like
movies
the
are also
premise
about
behind
Mars again too. Yeah, Extinction. I told you I watched that shit on Netflix. That shit was kind of it's cool. The idea, the premise behind the movie. Want me to spoil it for you?
No.
You have a Netflix?
Yeah.
You gonna watch it?
Probably when
The-
time gets home, maybe.
Okay, Extinction. It's Michael Pena. It's a good movie. I enjoyed the premise of the movie. Takes a little bit to kind of, because you have to like, oh shit. Then once you get to the movie, it's like it all makes sense. Pretty cool shit. Can you search this news about a baby in space? Well, I think no. Which one?
Just Google it.
Google.
Like I said, I read a story, and there was a couple. I'm pretty sure there was a couple that was one of the couples, the people trying to be on Elon Musk's fucking list of the first fucking people to go to Mars and shit like that. And these people wanted to be the first couple to go and have a baby.
Don't be the first, because then your clone's gonna be coming back talking some bullshit while you're on Mars, fucking working at Mars McDonald's or some shit, or like Mars Parking Garage, or Mars Hotel, or Mars Casino, whatever. Be the first. I ain't talking shit. I told you there's gonna be a long list of shit before, and it gotta be some cooler space travel. I need some fucking something that gets you there quick. I don't want to go to sleep in space. I don't want you to put me in fucking, what is it, hypostasis, whatever the fuck they call it, and I gotta wait. You know, oh yeah, I get to sleep for 30 years, and then we finally, fuck that flying. Like I should be able to get to Mars in like 8 hours is cool.
Fucking smoke some.
I'll give it 10.
8 hours is cool.
10. You know, so I can look out. Oh, look at there's Saturn and shit. Oh, it's pretty cool. Look,
It's gonna be
Earth.
Unfortunately to say, it's gonna be after your lifetime when we get into Mars.
I don't think so.
It's gonna happen. It
No,
will happen.
I disagree.
But I don't see it happening.
I disagree. I saw Fifth Element. They were already planning it.
Yeah, Fifth Element took a. Fifth Element also was supposedly like.
They still had Studebakers and shit.
It was like 500 years after our time.
I know.
We gotta figure out how to like slingshot off of the Earth.
No, it's gonna be some simple like Millennium Falcon type.
Well, that's how we
flux
get
capacitor
to Mars.
type.
We already
spaceship.
slingshot. That's how we do it. Is we
right,
slingshot
yeah, we don't need
to
a
get there and
slingshot
stuff.
shit. It's gonna be a direct
But
flight.
to have it,
They'll
in the
give you an option
technology
too.
and shit, where
They'll give you the option.
You'll be dead 5 times by the time. That
No.
comes out.
Who will be dead?
not five times.
Fuck you.
But no, I'm just saying, I will probably be dead, and maybe not because with technology, he might still be semi alive.
We'll let everybody
Maybe like AJ and Lena and them, but they might get to see it later in their life. But us, it's not going to be anything like that. It's going to be right now. Okay, you won't.
All right, but
and then we might have a leap after that knocks it down to like a few months.
How fast? 8 hours.
8
All right,
hours.
but hold up. So we
how-
find because we know what the Stargate is. So let's say the Stargate's our shortcut.
Okay, yeah, cool. If you have a Stargate and everything, then
All
yeah,
right.
you don't even have to
All
worry
right.
about it. But then
All
you're
right.
talking about a hypothetical Stargate that we're not even supposed to be telling people that we know about right now.
Oh.
Again. And you said you want to get on a ship and you want to be there in 8 hours. I'm telling you, for that to happen and for people to just be for that time to come, it's going to come. It will be a day and a time when that happens and stuff. But it's not going to be in our lifetime. It might not even be in our kids' lifetime.
I disagree.
Even with technology and how fast and everything it is and stuff, for it to become that mainstream and
All right,
everything
so what's
like
going to
that,
happen
it's
is
still gonna
we're going to be someplace out doing an
sometime.
investigation sometime in some crazy place, and an alien ship's going to come and going to crash or whatever, or land and be like, yo, y'all want to go for a ride and take us a ride? We'll be cool. Okay, then we'll get to see it. All right, cool, fine, fuck it.
There you go.
Fuck our
Scientists
linear
just
technology.
started talking about warp drive.
But if you
But
want,
they also talk about teleportation, quantum
I mean, they've been talking
entanglement.
about it for a long time, but now there's actually solid evidence that it's really a
Teleportation,
good, it's
quantum
a thing.
entanglement.
Yeah, but no, they're not quantum entangling. There's a long way before we're being teleported.
We might discover it. We got some fucking smart friends.
They've already know that they can teleport like particles, but to take a whole entire person and transport it without them being fucked
We'll
up on
figure
the
it
other
out.
side, it's gonna take a day.
We'll figure it out.
A long time, a big generation.
God, you
and
guys are
I'm
so
giving
skeptical.
credit to the greatest people. I'm not skeptical. I'm just looking at
can
the.
transport
I
a
understand
water
how all
molecule.
this stuff works and everything, and what's involved into going into doing all this stuff. It's not like snap your fingers and here it happens.
Do the stale.
Look at all the stuff that Tesla thought up 100 years ago, and it's just now coming into being.
Yeah, that's
and it's
because
not
they
even
didn't want it
close-
to come out until now.
And it's not even close to what he could. But even back then, he says, I don't even have the means or anything to get this stuff out. He couldn't even do it. A lot of his ideas.
But now
That's why
we
it's
have
taken
the means.
100 years. It took us to get that stuff.
That's because they just let the stuff out now. Because Elon Musk
They've
is
been
an
working
alien
on how to
son
get it
of
out
May
there.
Musk, who's a Pleiadian, and they were like, we needed someone who's a fucking smart alien who could advance this technology, and that's what he is, and that's why they let him have Tesla's
Sound like
papers.
a flat earther.
No, I'm not a flirter.
Flirter.
I'm just saying, look up May Musk, okay? Look
We
at his
know,
motherfucker.
we
She's
know, I
Pleiadian.
understand all that.
He
and stuff,
alien.
but that's not the reason why we have all the tech. It's because it took us the time to figure out. Okay, this dude's ideas are great, fucking highly plausible, but even he couldn't do it, and now we have to fucking.
Yeah,
make
but now
it
we got
so we can do it.
unobtainium and stuff.
Yeah, there's a
and
lot of
different
stuff out there. They don't fully release all the technology.
Bob
and stuff,
Lazar's finally telling us everything. We're gonna know everything. We're gonna be in the know now.
and they have stuff that they can probably get the Mars faster right now. But before you know about it and stuff, again, and
We
I know
already
about
know
it,
about
and
it,
we know,
TR3B.
and we're able to. Okay, before we're actually able to get on it and go there and do it.
Well, you see, you
it's
keep
gonna
saying
be-
that too, but then he's talking about his Space Force, and maybe within the Space Force, they'll actually let the technology out.
Yeah, we'll
because,
see how-
wait a minute, now, he's going after the cabal, and he's going to release the information of actually what there really is out there, and then we're going to find out what we really can do, and then see, that's what's going to happen. That's why there's Space Force.
Yeah,
and,
I've heard
and
that.
Phenomenon
I've heard that one before.
phenomenon is, yeah. And then we're going to Mars, and yeah, so, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Don't
sure.
be skeptical. Have a little faith.
Yo, all they can transport is a water molecule right now.
Do you know what that is? That's 3 atoms.
That's what I know.
So they can't even do an Eve yet? So this Adam, you can't even get Eve over there yet? So it's
No.
Just, no?
No, we can't even get Eve over there yet.
Thank you. Okay. Whatever.
No, this stuff is all highly plausible. It's highly. I see all this stuff coming to fruition at some point in time and everything. But again,
all I need is a lab and
an unlimited supply of money. That's all we all need and stuff. But
I don't need unlimited supply of money. I just need some technology,
and which takes money.
No, junk. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it from junk.
Even again, you
junk. Simple stuff.
Right here, this is a lab full of junk.
All right, we would have to take this stuff apart though to put something else together.
Start taking apart whatever.
I don't want to. Well, we'd have to get other stuff that we could take apart.
Right.
We're not gonna take apart the stuff we actually use right now.
See what you can come up with here, Jiggy.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Get
we're
gonna
gonna get.
In 8 hours.
We're gonna get some of our.
How long is it gonna take you to figure this out?
Oh fuck, 8 hours. Well, that's gonna take us. We're gonna be able to teleport.
All right, and you're gonna figure this out before what? Before when?
Before I die.
Before you die. All right. All right. We'll see how easy that is.
Cool.
You all heard it first here.
Okay.
Jiggy's gonna teleport to Mars before he dies. He's gonna figure it out here in this lab.
Or like John Carter
stuff.
in our adventures, we're gonna find the cave of gold, and then that's gonna be the cave that's gonna help us to get to Mars. See?
Yeah, instead of trying to figure out how to get to Mars, how about we figure out how to fix this planet? That's what I'm on.
I just want to I just want to go see Mars. I just like to say hi. I didn't say I want to fucking stay there.
I want to go see Mars too, but let's fix this planet before we go and see other planets and shit.
If I come across a cave of gold that allows me to teleport to Mars, I'm teleporting. I'm gonna go check it out. Okay, fly around, jump around from there like John Carter. I'll come back. I'm just saying.
Ask the few people that are left there. Say what the fuck happened on your planet, and what do we got to do to fix ours?
Oh, now you want me to stop and talk to people, but you don't want me to go. But I'm saying I was gonna go and just
I
check it
didn't
out.
say I don't want you to go. You want to go to Mars. I'm just saying I'm staying here. I'm gonna help fix this planet before I go off exploring and looking at other planets and shit. This planet got enough problems and shit.
I'm a little older than you too. My time is
not
by
putting my time and effort into going to see another planet.
I'm just saying if we came across by
With
accident.
this
So if we came across
right
gold
here.
by accident, whatever, and the cave was gold, you could transport the Mars, you wouldn't go?
No,
You wouldn't go see
I'd
Mars?
start charging people like you money so I could fix this planet. Like, yeah, give me $1 million. Cool, thanks. See you later.
How you gonna charge for the cave we found together?
Like, yo, see you later. Because how do you know when you... Because see, here's the thing with your little transporter go to Mars. When you get to Mars, what's going to happen when you get there? You're going to be able to breathe? You're going to be able to do anything?
John Carter did. He was fine.
Well, shit.
Good luck. Good luck.
I'll hold my breath.
On this one, you're going through first on this one. I'll go first on anything here on this planet. You're going through first on this one. And then when you come back and say, it's cool, I'll follow you.
All right. So we find our Stargate. You're not going to the Stargate?
I didn't say I said you're going through the Stargate first.
Oh!
You're going through
I
the
remember
Stargate.
before, and you can go back and past shows and listen to archives. And this man had said, I'll go through anything. I'll go through it.
I'll go through it. I know where I'm going. You can't just go through and not
How you know
what's
where you're
going
going?
on the side.
So if
You
we
said
find the
it's going down
Stargate tells us everything
Yeah.
it has. So what is it makes you think the Cave of Gold doesn't have the same information in it? It's not like you just go there and it's like there's no information. It's probably hieroglyphics and stuff that easy for us to read and be like,
There's
okay, cool,
nothing there to tell me that I'm going to be able to breathe the oxygen and shit when I get there.
It's just going to be little hieroglyphics that be like a man that's going to be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Look at man went through Stargate. Now you see him on this side. He's fine. He's not wearing a spacesuit today. He's walking around. He's jumping. He's playing basketball and shit. He's walking on Mars, whatever. Cool. You would trust Stargate hieroglyphics, but you wouldn't trust the hieroglyphics in the cave?
No, a Stargate, how to operate it to tell me where to go and stuff like that.
Oh, you want to play with dials and shit and everything? It's got like it's got an iPad and shit. I want to go to Elfison's.
What are you going to do when you get there?
Same thing you're going to do the other than your Stargate, exactly.
How you going to turn it on?
It's the Cave of Gold. It's got an amulet. You flick it, you're like, oh, what is this? And you're like, oh shit, look at Rich. I'm saying like,
I'll stay back and turn it on for both of you. Let's go through. And I'll just wait a little bit, turn it back on.
No, don't turn it off. Because you might get, like I said, I'm like holding my breath and get there and shit. And as soon as you get there, all of a sudden you see a bunch of dead bodies. Like this motherfucking bones and shit laying around. So you knew, gotta go right back. Let me jump right back through. See, you gotta give me time. Because I can't hold my breath very long either and shit like that. I don't know how I can hold it now. Because I used to swim a lot, but not anymore. So I'm saying you gotta give me time to be, don't turn this shit off. Why the fuck would you turn it off? Like as soon as you turn it off, that's when all of a sudden the bad shit starts happening.
I gotta save energy.
There's some fucking things on the other side that have it timed. Like, okay, wait till they turn it off. Get him! And meanwhile, I'm like, hello, knocking on the thing, like, let me back through. And you're over there playing, like, yo, talking and shit, checking your fucking text messages or whatever. See a funny fucking thing. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, hello. They're getting close.
The Divine, you need to up your number way higher than that. 18,000 children just died today of starvation. Not this year. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't really give a fuck if we go into Mars anytime soon. I think it's fucking stupid for fucking people to spending all this fucking money that they have to try and go to Mars and try and make Mars livable when we have a planet that's livable right here, which we could spend all these billions of dollars that Elon Musk and fucking Richard Branson and everybody else is spending to try and fucking go up there. Yeah, I think it's cool, go in space and everything like that, but let's fucking fix some shit here on fucking Earth first. Although I'll give fucking...
You ever been on vacation? I just want to see Mars. I just said I want to colonize it and live there.
I'll give them some credit and shit that they do try and help some shit on Earth, but they're fucking, let's put all that money in here. When Earth is fixed, cool. You got money left over? Let's go fucking on vacation to fucking Mars or somewhere else or something like that.
I ain't gonna do it.
Right now, you're gonna go on vacation to Mars and you're not gonna have a fucking planet come back and you'll be like, fuck, I'm stuck here on this fucking dead planet now. Or I could go back to another dead planet. Great idea. Great. Yeah, just because I wanted to go on vacation. That's cool. That's cool. You want to go on vacation to Mars? I like
and yes, Susan, I did watch Sliders. I love that show.
I'd rather.
I still would like to see Mars. I'm just saying, if it's a possibility, just like I take vacation other places, Mars is a possibility. I'm gonna go take a vacation to Mars.
Not fucking like.
Oh, they ain't doing it.
Let's fix fucking. Let's go and fucking. Let's jumpstart Mars and go and live on Mars and create fucking colonies on Mars.
I didn't say I want to live there. I just said I want to go see the motherfucker. If there's a cave of gold.
Before you going there, they have to put all that shit there in an infrastructure.
They don't gotta put nothing. Maybe I'll go there in a spacesuit, man. Just go sit on Mars in space and be like, all right, this was cool. Let's get back. Thanks.
Didn't he just say he wants to be on an 8-hour ship and shit? You can go to Mars right now in a few years with Elon Musk and his boys and shit, but it's going to take you 2 years to get there. When you get there, it's going to be a few years before you come back.
Hopefully in my lifetime. More than hopefully in my lifetime, there'll be some leaps and bounds in the way to get to Mars. Even the moon, then. I'll go see Michael Jackson on the moon. I'll go catch a show. I didn't get to see him perform when he was here on Earth.
Even that. You can't just...
This is it.
You had tickets to This Is It?
Yeah.
Guess what? You still got them?
Yeah.
Cool. But that was it.
Yep.
Now he's on the moon. Now he's performing on the moon. They got that resort on the moon. He's like, I don't want to perform. They're like, get out there, Michael. They don't even talk. They just talk in his mind. They're like, go do your fucking show. Shut up. Billie Jean was probably an alien. Billie Jean wasn't his lover. Probably had an alien kid with Billie Jean. I don't consider myself an evil alien. I don't think I am an alien. I believe in some humans, but I surely know who to trust. Cool. Hey. Trust who you trust. Believe what you believe. If you're an alien, you're an alien. We're all aliens.
We're all aliens.
I'm just an interdimensional. I'm not an entity. They keep calling me a fucking walk-in. I'm not a walk-in. I'm just me.
We're all interdimensional beings, too.
That's it.
We're just right now stuck on this, in this third dimension.
I'm stuck here. I'm cool here because I don't know. I mean, other dimensions where I came from. I think
actually,
I'm dead or in a
we're
coma.
not stuck here. I traveled through the dimensions and stuff.
Whoa,
too.
wouldn't that be ill though? What if I died here and then woke back up there, like was in a coma, like for a long time and shit, and then woke up back there and like did all this shit over again? Like, what if I just died? Like, really had just died, and like this is kind of how death works at first. You kind of just go through the motions. Maybe you still get to like I don't even know there was a choice in between. Like, oh, you get to go and. Like, what was that movie?
Live life.
No, just finish auto life somewhere and someone who.
Yeah, we're human aliens, Divine. What do you think we are to the other fucking other aliens out there? We're aliens, but we're humans aren't from this planet. There's way too much evidence to back it up that we're not originally from here. We've been here for a really fucking long time, a really fucking long time, but I don't think we were born and we come from this planet originally or whatever. I don't think that's happened. There's way too much evidence to say that we're not from this planet and shit. We've been here for a long time with the dominant race, with the with the human races. There's other alien races here and stuff that have come and stuff, but the human alien race, the humans of this planet and stuff, that came from wherever else we came from at whatever point. Yeah, we're the main species here and stuff, but we're aliens. Well, again, like I said, if there's fucking Martians or fucking Venetians or fucking Mercuryans...
Venusians, Pleiadians. Zeta
whatever.
Reticula.
We're aliens to
The
them.
Greys. The Beovians.
Pretty sure Trump already dropped the news.
What?
Of aliens.
Because of Space Force?
Nah, I think he...
You know, he has nobody. The government hasn't confirmed there's aliens. They keep putting up fucking videos of fucking, you know, fucking Air Force pilots and shit seeing stuff or whatever and everything like that. But, you know, who
That's
knows?
supposed to be like the closest thing.
Who
to
knows when the
disclosure
big
thus far.
reveal is gonna be? Nobody's got the date, and fucking everybody's like, "Oh, it's gonna happen now," and there's all these
It's
people
supposed-
like,
it's
"Oh,
supposed to
because
happen-
it-
wait, the
because
12th or
it's-
something? What's today's
Yeah,
date?
this fucking month's supposed to happen, and it's supposed to
Yeah.
be some shit, and
Yeah.
fucking whatever. It's just like every year somebody's like, "Yeah, Nibiru's gonna fucking destroy the Earth. Here it comes." Yep. Yep. Every year.
The
Space Force
reptilians,
is fucking. They're gonna
Anunnakis,
reveal
the very
fucking
end,
aliens and
yeah.
shit, and I'll believe it when I fucking see it.
And then
it
you got to
actually
wonder
happens.
too if the aliens
Everybody
do show up or
always-
Jesus shows up. It could be Project Blue Beam, could be some bullshit. Like you just don't even fucking.
Oh, he's like, I got all this evidence and all this stuff, and it's like, no, you don't. If it was actually evidence, then it would have happened. You have all this speculation based on some things that you think are your evidence and stuff, and it's not. You know what I mean? I got all this stuff. The Nibiru's coming. I got all this stuff. This is gonna happen. And the world's gonna end on this date, or this, and this, and this, and these things are gonna happen. Nah. Again,
Hasn't happened
I'll
yet.
believe it when I see it. Or when I see some actual concrete evidence and actual fucking things that, you know, I'll believe anything, the wildest, craziest fucking thing you can fucking imagine. A fucking purple unicorn dragon fucking shooting fucking Skittles out its asshole. I'll believe you as long as you show me the fucking goddamn evidence that it's fucking real. I don't want to hear stories and fucking speculations of this and this and a whole bunch of articles and stories that fucking talk about things like that and stuff. I want to see some actual evidence, and I'll fucking, that's it. I'll believe anything.
I've seen evidence. I've met aliens.
Yeah, so have I. That's what I keep saying. Fucking, I know there's aliens everywhere. We are aliens. We're talking to aliens
But
and
the
stuff
other alien
like that.
aliens.
You know what I mean? There's aliens here all the time. I'm talking to aliens.
They're around us right now. There's probably one sitting right there, just chilling on
We're
the
all,
blue chair.
that's what I mean. Why do you think that there's different races of humans and stuff like that?
Aliens.
Because we're all different races, the human alien race. There's other humans, there's other species, aliens out there throughout the galaxy and throughout the universe and stuff that look like us, that are humanoid like us and stuff. Then there's all these weird looking aliens and shit too and stuff. But there's races. That's why there's these different races and different people on the planet or whatever.
Different aliens just came here, started chilling and shit. It was like a resort. Come chill on Earth. It was still tropical. We had dinosaurs and everything. Like, let's go take a vacation on Earth. And they got down here.
Dinosaurs.
What'd you say?
See the fucking dinosaurs.
See the dinosaurs. See the planet.
No, it's like fucking Superman, fucking, you know how like their planet's dying and shit, so they shot fucking Superman here in a little seed pod. Well, maybe if we got shot here in a fucking seed pod, all these different fucking races from a dying planet and shit.
You
Fucking
will
long
survive,
time
my
ago.
children.
And that's how
Goodbye.
it started. That's how, you know what I mean?
Adam and
That's
Eve
the-
were just
That's
two-
the only
two,
logical thing, even though I believe that like a way a lot of the box saga and stuff could be plausible. That could have been them, the first humans that came here and stuff. But there's no way that a fucking a fucking goat and a fucking fish and shit, I mean a
Monkeys
monkey and a
and
goat
salamanders
and then that and how that all comes about and the evolution thing, that's all bullshit and stuff. And you know, Anunnaki's making us and stuff, that falls out because there's evidence that we're here way before the Anunnaki stories and shit like that. So, but that's all plausible. The Anunnaki stuff is here. They've been here and they've manipulated. There's things that's all plausible and stuff. But I'm saying the human race, for it to just start and to be able to boom. You know what I mean? Because you got to think, if Adam and Eve, they're going to die real quick. Okay, Adam's here, and you got Eve, okay? They're little fucking babies. Who's taking care of babies? Because everybody out there who's got kids, have been around kids, they need a lot of people to take care of them. You can't just have fucking, okay, box saga. You got a monkey and a goat that are supposed to take care of a baby and keep it alive long enough so that they were all able to grow
Hey,
old enough
Tarzan
and
was
stuff.
raised by apes.
Man.
Don't get your panties all in a bunch.
So you got to really think about that, okay? Where everything started from 2 people. How did those people live long enough to even come of age to be able to have sex, to have more people? Think about that. All this stuff in this fucking planet that can kill you. Okay? it's hard staying alive on a day-to-day basis as a fucking adult with all this shit around us that we have to fucking keep us alive and everything like that. So just think about it. How did two started with Adam and then Eve? Supposedly Adam was big enough that he was able to take his rib out and make Eve, right? If you go by that story. And if you go box saga,
maybe Adam was a fucking synthetic robot and created through, he took his little rib out, which was really just another.
But again, a synthetic robot, and you know what I mean. But that's why it makes more sense that it had to have been a group of something that came about in some way that it was able to thrive. It could have been a lot of them, and then we've gone through these processes and these stages of building up and then almost extinction and coming back, and that's why there's so much lost history. There's so much more history behind everything that we've already discovered up until this point. Just look at everything that's come out in the last fucking year of history that we never fucking knew, in places that nobody's ever knew, seen before, or fucking couldn't even dream about. A lot of the shit's still buried in the jungle. We just know it's there from satellite pictures. People are still trying to get there.
Buried in the ocean. There's this shit everywhere. We don't even know it exists.
Under these fucking mountains and
then the shit that they probably have found, they've removed, they've hidden the history that they know, and then they manipulate that to make it into something. And
millions and millions of years we've been on this fucking planet. Millions of years.
Long time.
Millions of years.
Long time.
Long time. Humans have been here.
Massive.
But how it all started and everything, that's the main thing. Like, I don't know.
But then again, too, even when you get to that, it's always going to be answered. So who created them?
You know?
Like,
well,
who created them? Who created them? Where'd they come from?
We're in a big, huge fucking universe, and something created at some point that created all this shit. But we know that you can create life just by taking certain compounds and chemicals and everything and putting them together. They've created life in a lab and stuff just by doing that and stuff like that. Well, yeah, it's test tube babies.
I wonder where the test tube babies are now. They still alive? They survive?
So you know, just by taking all these certain things on a planet and stuff, and they come in and it happens, and we know that there is some sort of an evolutionary process that happens and stuff like that. That's all that you can prove that. But our evolutionary story has way too many twists and turns and kinks in it for it to fucking actually stick with the actual evolutionary theory. What about all our names? This is Jiggy, I'm Smoking, and Wiz is over there. You can't see him on the camera right now because we only got one camera and it's set up this way. If he wants to lean in, he could lean in and show you. But
yeah, Jiggy. That's Wiz was waving.
Wiz is over there.
Smoking. Pleased to meet you. How you doing? It's open topic night. We're talking about everything. It goes everywhere. A lot of fun.
So yeah, I mean, life. It's possible for life to just fucking spontaneously happen and stuff, but the right circumstances in the universe of throughout. That's how life has happened throughout for whatever. Whoever created the universe and everything made that possible. That's part of the fucking matrix, of the code of the fucking whole entire universe, that this stuff is able to happen. That's why it cannot just be spontaneously and contained to this one planet with all this other shit out there. You know what I'm saying?
There's evidence that life just spontaneously arrived.
It just, yeah, there's just so much evidence. Yeah, they've done it. They've been able to get like little fucking bacteria, microbial
They
things
came on a ship
to fucking come to
They were
life.
Explorers. They got here and shit, and they were like, "Oh, this is pretty cool."
Well, like I said, it could be possible because we're such a young in the eyes of the universe and the universe and the time of the universe.
Well, wait a minute. You know what it was? So you know how they were like the hominids or whatever the original people of us, that you know how we send monkeys and stuff into space and everything, that somebody sent a bunch of fucking primitive versions of us to Earth early, and then they were running around here like, you know, doing the monkey shit and everything, and then somebody came along and was like,
Sky people,
what can I do with these motherfuckers? It'd be a nice little science project.
See, there was things that were smarter than that before, like I said, there was, because like I said, there's more and more evidence now coming forward, which negates all that kind of where, yeah, the Anunnaki may have come here and manipulated something that was here and everything, or us that were here, but there was stuff that was definitely an intelligent species, way more than ape and the fucking early hominids and stuff like that, because a lot of these things are way older than fucking the stories of some of this stuff and everything, you know what I mean? Even older than stories that are supposed, you know, Bible stories and all this stuff. That stuff's only hundreds of thousands of years old, where there's stuff that's millions of years old. You know, they find screws and evidence and stuff buried in coal that's millions and millions of years old and stuff like that.
Yeah, they found those gears and that shipwreck.
All this stuff and everything, and evidence of things that were here for a long fucking time.
Yeah, always finding some older
you know?
shit. Some
like
shit
we
they
can't, we don't,
explain.
we can't even actually confirm that the pyramids and these things and stuff. We estimate, you know, based on, you know, Robert Schoch is really good with the geology of the Sphinx and stuff. That's a good thing, right? 40,000 years. All right, but some of these things that are built and stuff, the only way we can confirm is by finding organic material that's either in between these stones or what's the closest to it when it was buried. That's what they go by. And it could have been buried 40,000 years ago, but it could have been built 80,000 years ago, and it was just buried, and then the organic material that they're able to carbon date, because you can't carbon date and test stone for how old stone is and stuff like that. So this stuff is way older, and again, we keep saying, you know, there's all this stuff written and stuff, but there's only this pyramids here, and for originally it was just the pyramids of Egypt and this couple, you know, here in Mexico and this, and all this stuff was written and all these books and stuff and all these predictions, and this is how it was and everything and like that, and then like 10 years later they're like, well yeah, we got to change this books here now and stuff because we found some new evidence and it changed the whole thing, and it just keeps on going that we keep finding stuff that's older and older and older than all these stories, and now I don't negate all these stories. There's some truth to all these stories and stuff, but it's not the full truth and how the things, because again, we keep finding stuff that's older. It's pieces to the story, parts of the story, but it's not the whole story and the whole truth of the story.
We'll never know the whole story.
Because again, the earth itself is constantly, I mean, there's stuff probably buried so deep in the earth because it's fucking constantly just changing and everything like that. There's stuff that we might never even find and where there could have been people. That's why the greatest stuff is the stuff that's in caves and shit like that and buried in this shit again.
What do they say the pyramids are now? An energy source, right?
Well, they say it could have been used as like some kind of wireless energy thing and stuff, which is there's a lot of evidence to say that it could have been something like that and everything, you know.
That's wild.
But again, it could have been for a long time, and how they move these stones, how do they do all this stuff with all these things, and we keep. And here's the other thing with all these ancient sites and stuff like that. Jiggy over here, his accent is Boston, and my accent is Boston too. So, but all these ancient sites, if you look at them, the stuff that's on there, it's been built on top of and on top of even the pyramids. There's evidence that there's older structures, several older structures underneath. That's why the stuff that's down in what they call the basement and stuff. I actually think that was stuff there, and then they built on top of that, and then they built on top of that. A lot of these pyramids are like that, all through Egypt, all over the place. Are like that, where you know, even like where Baalbek is and stuff, in the Inca, you can tell the stuff that they say is Inca is you know, not Inca, because the stuff that all these things that are older than much older than what everybody is fucking saying that they are, and all this stuff is built on top of it. And like I said, with the Inca, you can see there's really, really old stuff, then there's some old stuff, and then there's what they call Inca, and then there's the modern stuff like that. So you got to figure out what's that before those because there's pre-Inca, then there's pre-Inca, you know, pre-Inca, and there might even be pre-Inca stuff at the very, very bottom, where these structures, because they're on these sites and temples that have been rebuilt over thousands, hundreds of thousands of years.
You gotta hide what they was doing.
You know, the pyramid that's there could have been there for what, 10,000 years, we'll say, or maybe 40,000, going by the dating of the weathering of the Sphinx and stuff. Okay, but what was built on top of that? How long was that there for? And how long was the one there before that?
We'll never know.
We'll never know, and I mean, might not.
We'll know.
No, some get closer and closer, because I mean,
once we find the Stargate and go through,
you know,
on
in
the
the
other
last
side of the
25
Stargate,
years,
all the
we made a
information.
lot of information comes out, but it takes time and stuff, and for it all to gain traction and people to see and confirm, you know what I mean, understand what's going on, all the evidence that they're gathering, because most people just, because they don't understand stuff. If they don't understand it, they're just going to say it's not real. They have to, you know, be able to physically, you know, see it with their eyes and comprehend and stuff like that. And most people aren't able to physically, you know, like, they're able to see stuff doing it. They don't know how to understand it, how this computer works or how this phone works, but they're able to actually see results on it when they do stuff. So they're like, yeah, I believe it. it's real. It's in my hand and I'm doing it and stuff like that. But if you give them like a computer, like, you know, there's people like NASA's computers and stuff like that. They just don't understand what they're seeing and how to read the numbers and stuff. This is all made nice and pretty, so it's all Photoshop for you, so it looks nice. But you take all that away, all the coding and everything, and look at all the numbers and the ones and zeros and stuff that make up everything that you're seeing and all that. You can be like, what the fuck is this? I don't fucking know what this is. You try to point and click a mouse, and the mouse is like, well, how do I do this? And you hit the keyboard, and you're like, that's not working. I don't understand this. It's not real.
Through Microsoft DOS, correct? Right?
Yeah, I remember all that stuff.
Imagine if the world had to use Microsoft DOS right now.
Right now, all the time and stuff. That's what I mean. And people would be like, this isn't real. I don't believe in computers. They don't work. They don't do anything because they don't understand it. They don't see it.
Shit, I got that Mac and shit. I don't know. Fuck, I can barely use my fucking thing.
It would take me a minute, but I remember how to use it and stuff. But it would take me a minute to get back into doing it and stuff like that.
I would be lost. I would have no clue how to use that.
I never had any clue how to use any of that
You would
shit.
pick it. Did you ever have to do it and stuff? Know how to do it?
I mean, not like necessarily.
I could probably remember how to do it, but it would take, like I said, it would take me a little bit of playing around and everything. But
shit, I've had computers.
You can definitely do that shit. So yeah, you gotta think about all that. That's why people, when you talk about a lot of the stuff that we talk on the show, or people talk about, and they're like, what, huh? That's just crazy talk. I don't understand what you're saying.
It's crazy
because they can't grasp it, especially when you start bringing in science and big numbers and math and stuff like that and everything, and the normal stuff outside of people's normal range. And it's not their fault. It's just the way that everything is set up. And basically,
but all of it's fake.
Schooling and stuff like that.
It's all fake.
It's not fake. It's just how you're taught this information and stuff, and you're not taught how to use this information and all the time and think like that because you're too busy doing other things that you're taught are more important to do and everything instead of worrying about.
Some of it's fake though.
All this shit.
Not all of it, but some of it's fake.
Yeah, you know, there's some stuff that's fake, and they put fake shit out there and stuff like that. But for the most part, you know, science is pretty fucking, you know, how are they gonna make up a whole entire provable fucking with facts and evidence and stuff science, and then it's really fake? You know what I mean? Like science is this is some pretty solid shit with some science and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? We can prove that
until
we're breathing.
You go to the upside down world and it doesn't apply.
That would be an upside down world. We're not in that world, so we don't have to worry about that right now. You know
Bizarro world.
But science and stuff and
Inception.
A lot of the science has been
Doctor
around
Strange.
for hundreds, thousands of years. It's backed up. Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
but what if we learn some Doctor Strange magic and shit?
There's some hypothetical science and theories out there and stuff, but those are hypothetical theories and stuff like that. Those are, you know, hypotheses and things like that. That's not actual factual stuff. You know, that we know is real, and because people don't take the time to look into it past what they learned in high school and everything, because it's not their job and it's not part of their lives, and taking care of the kids and going to work and yoga and fucking all this shit that people are worried about doing all the time and everything. They're like, huh, what? No, it's not real. They just brush it off and everything. You know, they might have learned some of that stuff in school, but a lot of it is forget because you don't use it on a day-to-day basis. You don't need to use it on a day-to-day basis. So you just forget about all of it and shit. And once you forget about it, you're like, huh? What? I don't understand it. It's not real.
She said we're in the upside down world. Probably. This probably is upside down.
We're in whatever world you think we're in. Oh, that one just blew everybody's mind.
We're in whatever world I think I am? I can think of some crazy shit. Oh, you know what I tried to do the other day?
Well,
fly in my sleep.
Yeah, that's really hard to get in. We only got a few more minutes.
Did you
We're
land?
about to light the last blunt.
No.
Nope. I did not land.
Just kidding.
I tried. It comes in our eye for me. What, aren't we in an upside down world? Listen, probably upside down, right side
yeah. See, she understands some stuff. Yeah, everything that we see is flipped and reversed, and it's like, it's not what everything. That's what it is. There's a lot of stuff. People don't even understand that stuff. That everything that you see is not what you're actually seeing, and how you're actually seeing it isn't how it actually is. It's really fucked up when you actually start to think about it, and you actually start to understand that thoughts, but most people can't even fucking grasp and comprehend that. You know, like, what?
Self-destruct
My eyes see
sequence
what? Back,
activated.
huh? No, they don't.
I'm
But then there's
sorry.
little things that you can do that your eyes show how your eyes play tricks on you and stuff like that and everything like that. Backed up by evidence. Again, evidence. I'll believe anything that you tell me as long as you got the evidence to back it up. I'm craziest fucking stories you can come up with. You just better have some goddamn evidence to back it up. Solid fucking provable evidence. That's it. That's what I go by.
What the fuck's Pizzagate?
Oh god, we're not gonna get.
No, we don't know. Yeah,
but let's
no.
just say that with all the stuff that comes out about all these pedophile rings and everything, it's so much deeper than just Pizzagate. That was just something people focused on. There's just so much shit.
Again,
that,
if it's in the mainstream media and stuff like that, it's a distraction. It's a distraction. It's not fake because there's
not all of it. No, because like
you can't say we can't say everything is fake. It's distraction news because it's real. There's some of that stuff, but I'm not. I don't know. I can't confirm everything. It's
I
all
won't
real.
say that it's all distraction
We don't
news.
have
Some of that is
conclusive,
legitimate
solid
news, though.
evidence to say that Pizzagate and that place, all that was real because based off of symbols and things that people say and everything, we don't have any of that evidence. But there is speculation based off speculation stuff. There is a lot of stuff like that goes on, and it can be going on in the governments and everything like that without actual solid and stuff. Leaked emails and stuff with fucking cryptic fucking messages and stuff like that isn't actual evidence because, again, it could be fucking anything. These people make up fucking messages and codes for fucking all kinds of crazy shit. So we don't really go into that. It's all highly plausible. And again, if it's on the news and they're talking about it the way that they talk about it like that in the mainstream, it's a distraction from other stuff that's actually really happening and everything. Yeah, that's something that's like attention. People need to watch out for pedophile rings and stuff like that, especially if it's politicians and everything like that. But if they're putting that up there to get people's attention to that subject, they're distracting. That's the thing, is all this is magic. So you need to know about magic. If you want to know how the world works and the way everything works right now, you need to know about magic and how everything works with magic. What they're showing you is the distraction. You got to look for the trick. You got to see. You got to know what's going on.
The card game, the sleight of hand.
So if you're seeing it, you're seeing the distractions. You're not seeing the trick. You're not seeing the magic that's happening.
You looking for the show? Where's
you
the
gotta
show?
you gotta watch out for everything. And again, like I talk about, it's real big thing because of people. Again, they're just going out with everything and stuff. You come up with evidence. Speculation of he said, she said, this thing might be, it could be, and all that is, again, it's just speculations and all that stuff. It's not actual evidence of these things that it's stuff that's possible, but people out there that this is definitely it. This is 100, and then it turns out later on it's like, well, it is. This is. Again, because you based it off of stuff that's not evidence, you put together, it's cherry picking. You put together, people pick out little pieces of an article here and an article here and a piece from here and a piece of this video, and they put it together and they say, yeah, look it, this all means this is happening. Oh, it does? And if you go back and you look at all the places where they come from, if they'll actually give you their sources and stuff, because they'll be like, research it yourself, and then you got to fucking take hours to go and find fucking which articles they pulled these fucking quotes from and where the original articles come from and stuff like that, and you check them all and stuff, and you're going to be like, this has nothing to do with what you say they're saying it about. Yeah, it's talking about some bad things could be happening with this over here, and a bad thing could be happening over here, but putting all this together and trying to say this is the cause and this is the whole thing that it is totally it's fucking insane. Wrong. How much people are going with that stuff, and it's crazy because it's basically putting out fear porn and stuff, and people are like, oh fuck, this shit's gonna happen. We're gonna have fucking fake alien attacks and shit.
And they shut down all the what do you call it the telescopes.
Oh, this is gonna happen, and all this stuff is gonna happen, and I gotta what's going on and everything like that, and it's just that's all it is, and it's just based off of fucking speculation and without any solid evidence of anything. The stuff that they might put up, it proves that yeah, something bad might be happening here, something bad might be happening here, something here, and then they try and connect it with these fucking loose ass fucking pieces and shit, and it has nothing to do with that. And then on top of it, a lot of the information is coming from fucking clearly from a psyop. Clearly it's a fucking psyop. And it's been proven again and again that it's a fucking psyop, and people fall for it, and it's just like, again, look back, follow the evidence, people. You're just being strung along. That's what they want you to do. That's how they pick them all out.
MK Ultra. All
You know,
that shit.
it's not even. It's the mind control is so fucking much. It's so much easier nowadays because people fucking again. They just fucking believe anything that people say. They're like, oh yeah, ooh that fits my narrative. That falls right into me. Let me cherry pick that piece over here. Let's go with that.
It's the 3-card trick, the 3 nuts, the 3 shells and shit.
Mm-hmm.
The left, hey, there's 3 hands, the left, the right, and something in the middle doing its thing.
Yeah, that's all possible. Dr. Slow-Mo, again, that stuff, I'm not saying none of that stuff doesn't happen or anything like that. But that stuff is happening and stuff like that. But for some of these people, there's people out there that are saying, like, that's only one part of the politicians that are doing it, and the other ones in it. There's just a lot of craziness going on. And again, we don't have actual confirmation of that actually being that. The pictures that show that stuff happening in that, you can't make out anybody's faces. You don't know who the fuck that is in the middle of the woods that is doing any of that stuff. And none of them videos or anything like that that I've ever seen, there's nothing conclusive to prove that those are actually the politicians and businessmen that are supposedly doing this stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's proof and there's evidence that there's some people doing some crazy shit in the fucking forest and stuff and all over the world and all these secret meetings and stuff. Yeah, we could say Bilderberg. We know that. We know we have. There's some evidence. We don't know exactly what's saying. It could be what they tell us they're saying is going on there. We don't have anybody inside there to say us actually, but we know they're actually going to those places and they're in those hotels and these fucking big huge meetings that they have. But when they go and there's no video of showing fucking the president showing up or the vice president or any of these fucking politicians showing up.
They're using the underground trains and they're using the Wonder
again.
Woman's
Well, we
invisible
need
jet.
to see the evidence and the proof of that for it to actually be and be like, yup, circle this guy's face. You can tell. Oh, that's right there is fucking Cheney, and over here is Obama, and that's fucking Senator so and so.
But you know that these people
And this is
meet,
this
they
and
own
this.
corporations. I
because
mean,
you can
stuff
see
that
you can see the faces on these people. Some of these people that are in this stuff.
It's blunt.
But you can't make out who they are, and you don't know who any of these people are. I'm not saying there's some pictures of this stuff that's happening, but there's no way to say. But again, it's all plausible. It's highly plausible. There's a lot of stuff that could lead us that way.
Absolutely,
to believe that, but solid actual proof of it is again to say. But again, there's a lot of stuff going on that would
there's a lot of moving parts.
Where if you had to decide, okay, I'm going to have to go this way and we're going to have to keep going this way and gathering evidence on this, then that's the way that I'm going to go, because going this way, I'm like, nah, there's not enough evidence to go down that. I can see that's not what's really happening and stuff, so I'm going to go and I'm going to keep gathering evidence, which that's what we continue doing on this show here, and we talk about all that stuff. Yeah, no cameras were allowed there, but there's supposed pictures and video of it on the internet.
Hey, Alex
stuff.
fucking
So
Jones,
you can Google it, look on
yeah.
YouTube. Alex Jones supposedly was there and stuff, but none of his videos, none of the stuff that anybody's ever little glimpses that people have gotten inside of this. Nobody's ever out in the woods around there where there's parking lots and these people got to be showing up. Nobody's seeing helicopters flying in. Again, there's a lot of ways to prove that there's who's out in the woods doing this stuff. You know what I mean? There's so much stuff, but again, it's highly plausible. Chalk it way up there.
But I mean, but we also know they have fraternal shit that they've done for fucking ages and stuff too. Are they killing people? Is it just actors? Whatever. Are they just fucking living out some fucking? They play their little games, whatever. That's also what it possibly could be. It doesn't necessarily because people say they're sacrificing people
beneath Yale and all this stuff. And again,
well, we know there's some secret sheep beneath Harvard.
Could be. There's a lot of stuff, but
there's secret shit everywhere.
And it's all highly plausible, but everybody just takes the first little thing with it and without even digging. A lot of times I see stuff posted up or I'm reading stuff and I can, right there in the article, it even says, I saw somebody posted something up saying that, I can probably go and find it because it was just earlier today, saying that this is, it was about fucking saying, the terrorists are going to fucking take out the energy grid and you got to prepare and stuff. The Department of Homeland Security saying this. And somebody's posting this, telling people all this and stuff, saying, you got to do this and everything. Well, first of all, they've been saying Department of Homeland Security and all these emergency groups and stuff have all these preparedness plans, and they've been up there for years and stuff, and they added terrorists recently, not recently, but back in 2001 after that and stuff. So it says terrorists in case of terrorists or in case of solar flare or whatever the situation is, and it powers out for a period of time. Even at the bottom of the article that they're posting up there to be the proof of this is the Department of Homeland, it says the Department of Homeland Security did not say this. And it takes, and I looked at it, it's just taking clips and stuff from certain government websites and putting it together and using these words and saying, yeah, this is the evidence right here that you got to be prepared because the terrorists are going to do this right now.
Dude, do you know how many people are pushing preparedness?
The article at the bottom of it, because they're making money off of it on the back end and shit and stuff like that. Because then the same person's like, oh, click on these Amazon links and prepare now and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, okay. The article itself, when you go and you get the exact article that he fucking clipped the fucking picture from and the title out of, and you read the exact very bottom of it says the Department of Homeland Security did not say this.
And let me ask you a question too, though, just out of curiosity, right? So the grid goes down. And you live in a city in an apartment, and you get all this prepared food. Now, unless you're living out someplace in the woods and you're prepared to protect your land and stuff like that, how much do you think you're going to be able to keep all this food and for how long anyways? You do realize that all these fucking crazy people, motherfuckers are going to turn like rats in a cage at some point. They're going to be like, fuck, we're going to eat each other. It's going to be complete anarchy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's fear porn. It's clickbait fear porn, because then they want to be like, it's not fear porn. I'm just trying to help people. No, the way you're telling people and what you're saying is fear porn. You're telling people right now that there's going to be a terrorist attack in this month or something, and they got to be prepared for 6 months. Do you know how fucking scared these accounts have hundreds of thousands of followers? The majority of them have no clue how to, and they're gonna take this word for word. And they're like, I gotta prepare. I gotta have food and water for 6 months. Prepared. Do you know how much food and water? You know how fucking scared these people are now and they're worrying. How am I gonna get food and water for 6 months? I can't even get food and water to get me until next fucking week right now. I
can't get 6 days worth of it.
And these people, they're like, it's not fear porn and stuff. When people start saying something, dude, why are you putting up this fear porn? They're like, it's not. They're trying to defend themselves. Go do your research, man. Blah 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 blah. I did my research. This is fear porn. The article itself you're quoting fucking doesn't even say that this is, it even says that this is not an actual report from the Department of Homeland fucking Security and shit, like you're fucking claiming it is, and why these people need to prepare. Everybody should be prepared all the time, okay? But for telling people that there's going to be attack by the end of this fucking month or the beginning of the year and stuff, and they need to have 6 months worth of food and water and everything ready for 6 months to prepare with no electricity and everything, people are going to freak the fuck out. No, whether it's fucking 5 people or fucking 10 people or 1 person, people are gonna freak out when they see that, especially when this account has 400,000 fucking followers. Now, just think of how many people on that account saw that and took it for real and was sitting there themselves and was like, "Holy fuck, what the fuck am I gonna do now? How the fuck am I gonna do this shit?"
Take over the local
and they
Walmart.
Follow. They think that this person
Costco,
is everything. This person is fucking gold and worth. And they're like, "Oh, thank you for telling me. I gotta go get prepared." And oh my, and it's like, yeah, fuck. Go to Walmart and tell them you need 6 months worth of fucking food and water right now.
Take over. Well, I'm going to a Costco.
Watch how fast that fucking the numbers, the cash register's not even going to be able. They're going to be like, here, we got to come over here and do it on this special computer and shit. Where do you want the fucking 18-wheelers to pull up? Beep, beep, beep. Hope you got some refrigerators.
Well, no, you have to.
Would it be refrigerators?
You've got to plan it out over the next 6 months.
You know, it's 6 months worth of fucking bottled water. Where are you putting that in your apartment?
Get the gallons.
I got a roommate, man.
Get the gallon ones. That's all you got to do. Or actually get like a Poland Springs water cooler and get a bunch of those big ones. It don't matter.
6 months. 6 months worth of water.
You got to fill up the tub. You got to fill.
That's just one person. Just imagine you got a family now, because these people aren't all kids and stuff.
But if you get those survival packs, they come with MREs and stuff, which don't take up a lot of space.
All right, so that's just space saving. But how much did that all cost, dude? Do you see what I'm saying? People
well, if you use that special code, you get 20% off.
Aliens are coming and fucking terrorists are gonna fucking kill us.
The media's coming. The Anunnakis are coming. The tsunamis are coming. Everything's coming.
You're like, yeah, they shut down. Okay, my favorite thing is they shut down CERN. Well, that's a good thing. I don't see how that means anything bad. But Because they shut down CERN. There's going to be an alien attack. And
well, because
fucking,
they shut down
the power
CERN
grid
because you
come
don't
down.
know that they opened up the portal. And when the portal opened up, the aliens
Yeah,
was
but it's
coming
been
through.
planned.
Yeah.
It's nothing new. I've known about this for over a year. They've been planning an upgrade to CERN for over a year, and it's going to take 2 years for them to do it because the fucking thing is so big. To do the next experiment because it did what it was able to do. So we know it's going to do it. I mean, if whatever bad, because I'm not saying now CERN is all good and stuff, but the science, there's science, it's good, but there's a lot of stuff, there's evidence behind it that it's not good what it does when it does what it's doing.
And now they're going to make it do something even
So,
bigger.
I'm not saying CERN is good. I'm not saying it's completely bad. So, but everything that everybody says it's doing all the time and everything like that and saying that it's responsible, and that's what I'm saying. It's 12-13. So between the 12-12 and 12-15 is supposed to be an alien invasion created by CERN. And Project Bluebeam and all this stuff, and the military's in on it, and it's the cabal and the deep state and everything, and you got to be prepared.
To do what? If
Click
the
on my
aliens
Amazon links.
If the aliens come, then you got 6 months worth of food. But
I've been
if
studying
aliens
for
are
10 years. I know all this stuff.
Are these
And it's
aliens
like,
gonna let you live for
you
6
know
months
what,
to eat
dude?
your food?
I've been doing the same thing you've been doing for 10 years, and nothing that you fucking showing and telling, saying anything is telling me that I need to be prepared right now at this moment. I'm always prepared. I'm not saying I got 6 months of shit on hand, but I can survive without all that on hand. I'm prepared all the time.
I can go days without eating.
I'm not even. I just know how to survive without having food and water and electricity and stuff like that. That's how I was raised. I can go out in the woods and I'll be fine. I'll come out of the woods in 6 months and be like, "Yo, what's good? How y'all been?"
And all of a sudden, the aliens are everywhere and shit.
I'm like,
But
cool.
go
I'm going back in the woods.
Back in the woods. Peace.
Have fun over here. So you know what I mean? It's. You know, okay, yeah, some stuff can be happening, and there's a way to tell people and stuff like that, but it's not, you can't be going around saying that stuff and then getting upset and being mad because people are telling you it's clickbait, it's fear porn and stuff like that, and being all sad. People should be thanking, being grateful and stuff. If you're just doing this to get it out and help people, you shouldn't be sitting there worried about people being grateful and thankful and stuff like that. If it's all real fucking information and stuff, you shouldn't even have to say anything about that. You should just put it out there, let the information speak for itself. And if that's the real information and that's the truth and it is what you say it is, you don't have to fucking keep on cherry picking and throwing up. So, no, look at this and look at this. And no, go research for yourself.
Wait,
and
but the
stuff.
aliens are
I'm
coming?
just the messenger.
Cool.
That's my favorite one. I'm just the messenger.
But wait,
cool. Give us the
are they
rest of the
supposed
message.
to be cool aliens or bad aliens or mean aliens?
No, it's
or...
supposed to get us all into the one world order, and Trump is supposed to come and save the day. And
Oh, so the aliens are coming to all put us in like, yo, y'all
again,
need to
these
fucking,
people
and-
think Trump. Okay, Trump is not just becoming a
Space
fucking
Force.
asshole since he's fucking come in presidency and stuff. He's been an asshole his whole entire fucking life. These people think that Trump is somehow going to save the country and save the fucking world from all this fucking shit, the cabal,
With
and
his
the deep
Space
state,
Force.
and the fucking aliens and
Space
shit.
Force.
And he's a wicked nice guy and stuff. Like from the time of his birth, they're like, we're going to train you how to be a fucking cocksucking asshole your whole entire life. But then on this side, we're going to teach you how to be good in secret and stuff like that. And he really goes down and he sits down and he meditates and he channels all these good benevolent beings and stuff like that are helping us and everything to rebuild the grid. And he's going to save the whole earth and stuff. And then he comes out, he's like, yeah, grab a pussy. Fuck it, build a wall. I don't give a fuck about these immigrants.
Shithole
Fucking throw 'em out. That guy sounds like that make America great again. Is Trump gonna fucking throw out all the people that shouldn't be here and let the natives have their country back and let the natives decide who gets to stay? Because I guarantee you they're gonna be throwing his ass out.
Well, I don't even care about all that. All I know is that
But my favorite
he ain't
thing,
got no
okay?
aliens and
I
shit
think it's
and
great
shit.
what's going on in fucking Europe right now. I wish it would happen here and everything like that. But see, what happens in Europe and it happens over here, there's a big difference. Europe doesn't have the fucking military power and shit that we have and everything. They don't fucking think about that. Now all these people, they're like showing it. Yeah, some people protest and might show a Q sign and stuff. It's going to happen every protest, no matter what it is. Somebody's going to show something else for something else. Okay? It doesn't mean that's evidence that Q's right about anything or anything like that, and that Trump's going to come and save the day. Because people are like, oh, this is happening in America, but I mean in France, but how come it's not happening here? Because you know goddamn well right that if that shit started happening here, Trump would fucking put his foot down and stop that shit immediately. You'd see fucking martial law and tanks rolling into the fucking streets in a second. He'd be like, not in my country. We're going to make America great again, and this isn't how we're going to do it. And he's gonna fucking shut that shit down real quick. The protest, do you think that fucking what he's doing to the protest on the border to some migrants that are coming in right now? Fucking spraying them with mace and stuff like that? You think that's fucking nothing. That's nothing. You have no idea. If people were out there rioting like they were in France right now, there would legit fucking be tanks and shit rolling down the fucking streets in the United States. Fucking, they wouldn't even care if people were in front of them, mowing them fuck over and shit. Trump would be out there with his fucking horn and shit. Get the fuck out of the way!
There ain't no New World Order coming like that either. That's another hype up. There's some shit
all
coming.
part
It's
of the
just,
thing.
it's all, yeah.
They're trying to say Trump is going to get stopped to Hillary and Obama and all this stuff. Stop him from what? He's the one that's in power. All they are is his fucking thing. He's just another part of their pawn and everything. He's just another piece of the puzzle, just like them. If Hillary was in power right now and she got elected and everything, people would be saying the same thing about her. They all do bad, fucked up shit. All of them. They're all in the same fucking boat. They're all the same shit. And for people to be like, yeah, Q says trust him. Right. Okay, cool.
Who the fuck is a Q?
But we're not supposed to trust him. But then these same people are like, don't trust the government, don't trust this, don't trust that, question everything.
But trust Q.
But trust Q and what Q says and trust Trump.
An anonymous source. Anonymous source.
Don't question them at all. If you do, watch out.
Trust an anonymous source. Good luck with that. Yeah.
It's about that time anyway.
Yeah.
So.
It's over. Last blunt of smoke.
Yeah, there we go. The last blunt of smoke. We can maybe continue this on the next episode, depending on what we got going and everything. Thank y'all for tuning in. All the new listeners, watching.
Make sure you subscribe. You know, we might
put on the notifications because we're not just on the Thursday nights. We'll pop on and do live shows randomly throughout the weeks.
Make sure you follow us on all social media if you're on social media because we do stuff on there too, okay?
So, until next week, tell a friend, be a friend. It's over. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Peace and love.